Hey, what's up, y'all? Happy Saturday. I'm Michael from Destro Designs. We're live from Viper Den Studios. And we're here to do our Saturday night celebration of everything G.I. Joe and what's happening in our lives. I hope everybody had a good week. I'm every week you hear me say it's kind of the same song and dance about how ridiculously busy I am and all this other stuff. And that is incredibly true this week once again. But yeah, no, I was thinking about it earlier today. When I talk about, it's kind of like I'm always talking about how busy I am and how much I want to get in the studio to do pictures and have more time to prep for the podcast and all that stuff. So I don't want anybody to think that in any way I'm not I have a good life. This is, I'm fortunate enough, that like I don't ever want to sound like I have two wonderful kids. I'm very happy. And like everything that I do with them comes first, right? I just wish I had more time on top of that? Yes. But I was thinking about it earlier today and I was like, man, I'm always talking about how much I just wish I could get into the studio. That's just because I love this shit, but it's not because I'm dissatisfied with anything like that. I joked with the kids actually earlier today after I had thought about it, and I was like, go, because everything I do is after they go to bed anyway, right? So it's not like I come home from work and I'm down here doing stuff while they're just upstairs, living life. It all comes later in the day, but yeah, I do have I'm very blessed. I know I've said that quite often, but yeah, more so than ever. And to be able to do this, and like if anybody saw the video I put out on Twitter earlier about, a quick tour of my shop, you see that I'm blessed. I've had opportunity, right? I don't come from money per se. I've had doors open for me as I've approached them. So I just wanted to shout out the universe, and because it does provide a pretty blessed existence when so much of the world is basically on fire. So just wanted to give that quick little rant. Let me scroll back and see what we got this week in Hearthstone. My brother, so he and I are both. I mean, I'm sure as everybody. I honestly am not sure of the last time I was this excited for a figure. Meaning, like I'm always excited for them to come in and look at them, like all of them, even the ones that I'm like half in, half out on. This is one of my OG favorites. Like I loved this. I do have the 3 3/4. I just loved the figure, and I loved the character. Also, I did talk about it on with my brother Mark on Destro is my spirit animal. That when they talked about favorite characters, I was like this fucking guy because he had something. Well, anyways, we'll get to that. So yes, we're going to be opening this. I also, those are fucking fire, and I can't wait to talk about them. It's a repaint. They slapped a different vest on them. There's a lot. I love it. I think it just looks amazing, like so many other ones. So this week in Hearthstone, brother, we fucking get down with that mainframe. Totally stoked. John Spencer, welcome in, brother. Just another jerk in the house. I spoke with him off the timeline today. He's a very solid dude. I appreciate him and what he does for the community. Matt from Mo's Mind is here. What's up, my dude? Welcome. I hope you enjoyed Civil Unrest Part 1. I know you can only see like the little sliver of the atlas in that picture, because I wanted to get up close so you could see. Oh, that's a little out of things. Get up close so you could see. Oh, don't fall, don't start. Oh no, there it goes. But there's going to be a lot more Atlas stuff. I'm actually hoping I can do that tomorrow. After I finish the trim in this basement. So yeah, welcome, brother. It's good to see you there. Popco Frenzy in the house, definitely. We are closing in on figure count going up to 100. Expect something very cool coming from my brother and I to celebrate the holidays as well as getting 100 figures off the internet. So yeah, welcome, brother. Good to see you here. Pop Gold Frenzy in the house. Holiday tie. Not sure. Do you welcome in? Glad you're here. If you've got a Twitter or an Instagram, because I have been advertising on Instagram recently. If you've got a tag that you'd like to throw out there, we know who you are. I can say what's up. Roadblock is here. My dude did the coolest. Roadblock did the coolest. It was the Dreadnoks and the Tiger Force. And just before when I was taking show notes and I was scrolling, I looked at that picture again. And you know what it kind of reminds me of in the greatest possible way? I think I think it's the video for Michael Jackson's Beat It, how they're like, and like they had the knives. I just remember as a kid thinking that was the most badass thing. You were like, oh my God, these dudes are fighting with knives in the parking garage. But yeah, dude, that was a dope shot. You've always been rolling out the hits. Big Red in the house, brother. What's up? Glad you make it in. Good to see you as always. Oh, and you know what? I dig a Big Red. I'm going to talk about it, but I liked what you said about when we were, people were chiming in with their opinions on, redoing certain figures for classified. And I liked what you said. I kind of happen to agree. When you really look at the other ones and you look at that 02, you're kind of like, ooh, yeah, why does that look not like those badass figures? This one looks a little thin in certain places and whatnot. So yeah. I thought that was a really good one. Frank Castle. Let's see them Grim Boys. They're coming. Frank, you on Twitter? How'd you find me? Twitter, Instagram? Woodpecker Steve. I thought you were Billy from the Ghost Adventure. I can't think of what that is. That sounds familiar. Ghost Adventure. Nice. Woodpecker Steve in the house. All right, that looks like everybody. So yeah, I'm glad everybody's here. Thank you for joining me as always. It's a lot of time that most of you that are here right now are here every week from beginning to end on the show, and I can't thank you enough how much I appreciate that. It's I love doing this for sure, and even if it was just us, I'd enjoy doing it just as much. But having this foundation, not just when I'm here, but when I go make appearances elsewhere, you guys show up hard, and I absolutely love it. G.I. Joe 84, Conrad Hauser in the house. What's up, my brother? I'm glad you can make it. Did you get a mainframe, Conrad? I can't remember. I feel like I asked you this offline, and I can't remember. I know you do the clearance chicken with a lot of figures like that, but yeah, we're gonna open a mainframe. I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to wait for that. So we are definitely gonna get into that sooner than later. But yeah, welcome in. Good to see you, brother. So last week, because the podcast is on Saturday. So the day after, so last Saturday, last weekend, I coached my girls. I have twin girls, coach the basketball team. We had a game. Yeah, he's on the clearance. Yeah, listen, I'll blame it. It's probably going to be one of those ones that you'll be able to score. But we are going to open this fucker tonight, and he looks amazing. Also, Conrad, I know you're just getting here. We're going to take a look at those two. Actually, I have them open with two. It was weird. And I legitimately, honestly, I know this sounds like an excuse. I ordered two off of Amazon, and like the other day, I was looking. I was like, "Oh, these are coming, cool, this weekend," and it had two of them coming Friday and two of them coming Sunday. And I was like, "Wait, did I order four?" And I looked, and there were two different orders. I don't even remember ordering four. And because it was so long ago, I tried looking. I think it was a mistake. I think I only paid for two because I kind of looked and tried to look for the charge on it and like the order, and it was like I didn't have that much time to dig too deep. I know in my quick analysis, I was like, oh, they might have sent me an extra two of those, which is, I don't know what's more likely, whether that they made that mistake or that I don't remember, ordering two more of these extra things. So yeah. The top two on my list at Ross for single digits. I won't get my list. Well, what's that? Top two. The top two on my list are at Ross. Oh, nice. Paul Morales. What's up, brother? Glad you can make it in. So yeah, last weekend we had a game on Saturday, Sunday, and they played so good on Saturday against an excellent team. So a lot of times what happens is, so these girls are on the 5th grade team, and we're playing a lot of teams that have girls that are in 6th grade just because of the way that their birthdays fall. And so that extra year of maturity, as well as the experience of playing basketball, it's, the girls have had challenges. So we've definitely worked hard in practice. The previous week, we got our ass handed to us in one game, which was to be expected because this team that we were playing, we knew they were all just, it's the best team in the area. And I kept the girls' spirits up. I was like, you can't take that to heart. You just got to step up to the challenge. So the next week in practice, they stepped up to the challenge. They all worked hard. And then when we went and played those games last week on Saturday, we played an outstanding team, and they came through. And we lost, but it was like we held the other team to like 12 points. And I think we had 9 or 10. We actually did. I mean, and this was, if you could see this other team, you understand. And again, they're in 5th grade. But then on Sunday, we played a team that was, I would say, equally matched, right? Equally matched. And we won 22-5. So I know you're probably like, how could you say equally matched and then have that happen? I'm just going on the teams that they've played before us and how they did, like talking to the coach and saying, oh, did you play this team? Did you play that team? How did you guys do? And it sounded like it was going to be a pretty even match. And, we talked about, all right, no press after half court. Like, you got to let the other team get the ball up, stuff like that. And anyway, just a long story short, it was very nice seeing the girls step up to that challenge, and then over the course of the week practice so hard that they showed up and showed out the following weekend. Now, also with that being said, on Monday after last weekend, on Monday we had practice, and we had some kids that I think all of a sudden thought that they had scored a couple of baskets and that they didn't need to worry about practicing no more, that they had made it, that they were Jordan and they were set. Like, even this one girl, it was like, okay, Kobe, you still have to hustle and practice. Like, let's go. What are you doing? But anyway, it's just, I love seeing that with the kids. I love seeing kids succeed. I love seeing kids feel confident and happy and everything like that. So yeah, that's fantastic. Definitely had to mention that. Earlier today, I was all up in my feels in the timeline. I was talking about my dog Fletch. Now, I'm not going to go on. I think I kind of said enough earlier today. But I'll just tell you a quick story of how I got Fletch. I actually lived in Massachusetts at the time. I met a girl over here in my area that was going to college here. And then I moved back with her to her hometown in Springfield. And this was right around the time that, this is kind of where the business started my business, is that I went and worked with this guy to learn a few of these things. I was in my early 20s. So this guy has a very successful business. He's got like a 3-year waiting list, and he does work in like these $1 million homes in this very fancy neighborhood. It's West Longmeadow, Massachusetts. If anybody knows it, you know that there's money out there. And we worked at very fancy houses, and the dude was very gracious. We worked out a rate where I was still making money, but he was taking the time to show me this stuff as we were doing it. And I don't necessarily mean how to cut things and stuff like that. I'm talking about how to run a business, how to talk to customers, how to do this. Now, I think I had a clue, but seeing somebody successfully do it and watching him do it, I was there for a year. I worked with him for a year. And then, I needed to make more money. He actually set me up with like an electrician and a plumber, because you can't do any of that work unless you're licensed. Like, over where I'm from in New York, you can just have your brother come over and do the shit and it's fine. But I mean, sometimes it has to get inspected, right? And if it's bad, it's bad. They don't care if you have a license or not. It's either right or it's wrong. So, but anyway, I was living out there. So before I wound up moving back, the person I was with at the time, she worked with a guy whose sister had a dog that she needed to find a home for. And I was in the market. I was looking to get myself a dog. And giant man-size thing in the house. With the idea haver this week for the topic that we'll be talking about. So hopefully you can make it and see your fruits of your labor of coming up with that great idea, brother. So I lived out in Mass. I had heard that this woman was looking for a dog. Now, I wanted a bigger dog, and this lady was like, this dog is big already. I think at 6 months, I think he was like 60 something pounds. He was fucking enormous. All white dog. Hopefully you guys saw the pictures. You know what I'm talking about. All white dog. I went over to her house, and I stepped out through the screen door onto this very, very long deck. This house was huge, and there was a massive deck on the back. It went the whole length of the house, like 10 feet off. It was gorgeous. As soon as I stepped out and turned my head and looked at him, he was laying at the end with his hands kind of hanging over the edge, and he turned his head. He looked at me. He jumped up and he ran about as hard as he could, and he jumped in the air, literally right on top of me. I'm not talking about here. I'm talking about his belly was right here. His junk was almost in my face. It was like boom, and I caught him like this. I rolled on the ground. I was actually nervous for a second because my parents always had like this one dog, but it was like this little fluffy ruffy. It was nothing like this. This was like a Scud missile, and I just fucking boom. We rolled around on the ground. We got up. I chased him a little bit. I remember I got so into running after him that I wound up kind of running. It was like because they didn't have a fence in the back area of the house. Between houses were huge, but I was like I wound up running over, and the lady had to yell. She's like, "Oh, can you get him to come back this way?" And so I came back, and immediately I was like, "I don't know what it is that you want." But I had like $300 cash and was like, I bought like $300. I can get, or what I know I could tell is a purebred American Bulldog. It's a gorgeous dog. She actually, yeah. So, and she was like, oh, no, I don't want money. And I was like, wait, hold on. She was like, let's just talk about this for a minute. And I was like, okay. Tex Thompson in the house. What's up, brother? Glad you make it in. So what the lady said to me was, she was like, I love this dog way more than I could have ever imagined, but she had to get rid of him because she was under the impression that she was getting an English Bulldog, which are the ones with the short faces and the snarly, kind of lazy dogs. And she just, I don't know how this happened, how this mistake wasn't corrected in the process of getting this dog. She had recently had cancer in her femur and her kneecap. So she had a fake femur, a fake kneecap, and she could not run and play with this dog. This dog, as I said, Scud missile in my face, knocked me over. We ran for 10 minutes. I was done. He spent me, and he was like, what? Let's go. I need more. And so she's like, this is the worst thing. She's like, but I know that in order for him to be happy in life, he needs to do exactly what you just did. And she was very dead seriously. She had tears in her face. She was fucking upset. And she was like, look at me. And I was like, I'm looking at you. And she said that she was like, promise me you will never give him up, that you will always make sure that he is taken care of, and that you'll do this with him as much as humanly possible, like once a day, if not more. And I said, 100%. I was like, so what, again, do you want, and she wouldn't take any money. She wanted my word. That was she wanted me to look her in the fucking eye and promise me that I was going to take care of that dog. That's all she wanted. She wanted no money. She gave me like, oh my God, almost like a year's worth of food. Obviously he had all the shots, he had all the shit, but then she had some kind of a card that had a balance at the vet for like 2 years worth of checkups or an emergency or something like that. And yeah, he, there was something else, toys, the whole thing. It was a lot of shit. Crate, that's what it was. This big, enormous crate for. She was. I mean, it was like you could put multiple people sitting up, like sitting on their butt, Indian style, like 6 people in there, and nobody would be touching another person or whatever. So this cage was huge, and so I agreed, and immediately it changed my life, obviously, and. Like, I mean, he was so big and so strong, and a puppy that he used to like kind of drag me all over when I was walking him. It was like I had to hold the leash here, hold it down here. I was like, yo, bro, we're not running. We're just trying to get in the house. We just, anyway, very, very funny. I loved it immediately. There were definitely times that I would like have worked all day, and then all of a sudden I would get like I'd have to take him out for like this huge long walk, and I would be like, my dog brother Fletch was his name, Fletch, like the Chevy Chase movie. So when I met this lady, his name was Patch, but he was all white with the big patch. I didn't want to call him Patch, so I was like, what rhymes with, because he responded to it and everything. I was like, what rhymes with Patch? And I looked over and went, Fletch, and he immediately turned his head, and that was it. Fletch was his name. So I like I said, there were times where this dog needed a lot of walking and running and jogging, and I didn't really want to do it, but I did it anyway. And I was in the best shape. I got so good that I could run 10 miles in about an hour and a half. Yeah, about 90 minutes. And I mean, not all the time, but that was the best that I had ever did it. And granted, I was a wreck for like a day after that. But anyway, he had me in great shape mentally. For my mental, it was amazing. And he just was, when you looked him in the eye, I mean, it didn't help that his head was as big as his mind, so his eyeballs were too. But when you looked him in the eye, I felt like I was looking at like a soul, like a person. That's like a person's feelings in there. And he was the best. He was the best. Things didn't work out in Massachusetts. I moved back. He came with me, obviously. I left there with Fletch, 2 bags of clothes, and my PlayStation 2. And I don't know if that between that and then the next like 2 or 3 years of my life, I'm not so sure how those would have went if I didn't have Fletch. Just, you know. And then, you know, so for a very long time, I had like a son almost, you know, and we used to spend an insane amount of time together. Thank you, Tex. It just, thank God it worked out. Thank God I thought of it in that moment, and it stuck and it worked, made me happy. It's definitely like a cool name. So yeah, I'm trying to, I just want to kind of encapsulate it a little bit, because he was just the best. Everywhere I brought him, everybody loved him. He was the most like people friendly dog you can imagine. One time there was a dog that a gorgeous pit bull jumped the fence, climbed up over this fence when I was walking him one time, and ran after me, and he snatched this dog right by the face. Like, I didn't think he had this in him, but that dog was running after me, and I watched him kind of turn himself like this, and he lightning strike put this dog's whole muzzle in his mouth, like from the side, bit him like that, stood up on his hind legs and went, slammed him on the ground. I will never forget that. I went like this. Oh my God. I would have never imagined that, that he had that in him. Well, but he did. And then he just like held this dog right down to the ground like this, and had his face pushing the other dog. And this other dog, with pit bulls notorious for not giving up, this other dog went limp immediately and was like, my bad, bro. I didn't know. You looked different from on the other side of the fence. Now that I'm in this position, he gave up. You know, I had to, I don't know where my cell phone was. All I know is that I hollered for if there's anybody, you know, because I had to have had a cell phone. It was, you know, 12 years ago, 14 years ago. Yeah, so somebody had heard the scuffle, kind of came out, and they ran in. I had them call 911, because here was the thing: if I can get my dog's face off of this other dog, now what? Now the dog. So anyway, they came, we separated. Everything was fine. But yeah, so he was the baddest fucking dog ever. It's hard to like. I could go on about the little physical things that he did. Like, he used to run and just snatch branches off of trees that were like incredibly high, like jumping almost over the top of my head. It was crazy. And and he liked to swim. He used to jump in my buddy's in-ground pool, and it would always scare the crap out of us, because, you know, if he tries to claw up the side, next thing you know, he's ripping the liner and everything like that. So yeah, so for sure, he gave me those amazing years. Like that, my life would have been so much different if I didn't have him at that time. So I just wanted to, he did have that dog in him, bro. He did. That dog was, but he was so sweet too. That's what made him so great, was that, you know, and he didn't become dog aggressive after that either, which, if anything, I think it taught him. He was like, oh, fuck these dogs. I'll just rip their face off. So I'll just be nice to everybody. And he did. He wanted to play with other dogs. Well, other dogs were like, holy shit, because he would come barreling over, big, and like, hey guys, what are you doing? And all the other dogs would be like, Jesus, holy fuck, what? Don't step on me. You know, he was that big. He would sit on my lap like this, right? You know how I hold the Atlas and it looks big in my arms like this? This dog would sit like this. If he had his butt right here and he was sitting up, his head would be up here, and his head was bigger than mine. Once he got to like 5 years, his head was bigger than mine. It was crazy, but he was the best. And like I said, the anniversary of his or I don't know if you call it an anniversary, but the of his passing comes up. And I won't get into the whole thing. He got sick and literally went from totally fine to dead in my arms in like 36 hours. The only saving grace of that is like I didn't have to go through this long drawn out thing. It was like ripping off a Band-Aid. Like if the dog was going to have to go eventually. But I left him at the vet. They were running all kinds of stuff. I showed up the next day. The only thing keeping me alive was the lady pumping keeping his heart running. And I had enough time. She put work in so I could say what I had to say. And she was like, we're going to give him something to relax him. And he was in my octave. And that was it. So I was not well for a while after that. That, like I said, that dog got me through a lot. And yeah, so, but I was blessed to have had him for the time that I had him. And, I was looking back fondly today. So salute to my dude. Life-saving, 100%. I do wish the kids he was around for the kids, because that would have just been like, he loved that. He loves when little kids would not stop messing with him, and he'd, bump into them like this with his head a little bit and stuff. It was great. But he was the best. I was blessed to have him. So salute to Fletch. Back to the Joes. I made it through without fully crying. I thought for sure I was definitely going to fully cry. I was bawling earlier. So whatever I say next will not get a fair shake, because whenever you go for something like that to talking about the next thing, you never know. Yeah, pour one out for the homies, without a doubt. And I'm sure random memories will pop up as the show goes on, because there's a lot I could do, as you can imagine, 4 hours easily on the crazy shit that just happened around that dog. Because people would see him, they'd be like, "Oh my god, what kind of dog is that?" So there was always like something happening. It was awesome. He was the best. All right, so let me see what we got on the list here. Oh, our boy Snow Leopard. He turned in an action shot this week. So we've all seen he's got the storyline going. He's got that killer 3 3/4 collection. He's got a real nice dios, those dio pieces that he has, and he's always very clear that he doesn't make them. He always doesn't want people to think he made those. He bought those, but they're amazing. They look perfect. The aesthetic is not like a classified dio that's sharp but weathered looks right. For 3 3/4, I like a little not homemade looking, but a little less manufactured, right? And it just fits the figure, I think, a little bit better. So those dials he has are great. And so the continued part of his story is we have, let me try to, if I can remember correctly, it started out as Clutch and Breaker were on ram cycles. Breaker hits a pothole, wrecks it, wrecks his ram, and he has the cartoony. Thank you, just another jerk. Thank you. So Clutch says, "Oh, well, I know there's somebody close by. He's a friend of mine. He's got a shop. We'll go. We'll come back. We'll fix everything." And they get there to find that he's like, "Wait, where's my buddy?" And the dude behind the counter is like, "He retired early." And here come the Dreadnoks. And so they capture Clutch, and then back at headquarters, the Joes kind of get. I can't remember who walks up to Duke and is like, "Hey, these guys haven't checked in yet." He was like, "I expect that from Crankcase, but not from Breaker, so we need to go see what's going on." They organize a search party, and then that's where the picture today picks us up, where a gorgeous little dial that's got real cool computer. It's like a computer bank on one side, then like a war table. So there's like a whole bunch of stuff on there, and then there's a couple shots, 4 of them right there, and then it shows them heading out. So yeah, it's really, really awesome. And it was Stalker, Gunho, Spirit, Scarlet, Wild Bill, Airborne, and then the 2 green shirts, because I'm not a wizard like some of you guys. I think it was Hawk handing orders to Grunt. I think that's what it was. But it's awesome. So it was very, very good. It's an excellent shot. Also, another shot that I wanted to talk about. Our boy, just another jerk. went all 90s MTV and did a Rex and Effect rump shaker kind of female booty shot of all the different booties of the figures, which I thought was hilarious. It was because without like any of the stuff that they have on, it's a real clear shot, and they all have like these. I don't know how to say it without sounding like I'm catcalling these fucking figures, but yeah, dude, it was. I loved it. Just Another Jerk is a great shot. You're always so good with the. You know what was cool is we got to talk about your love for Akiko on Destro is My Spirit Animal. It just organically came up somehow, and I thought it was fantastic. So very good. Yes, and like I said earlier, Just Another Jerk. I appreciate your contributions to the community. You're very good. You're very oh my god, encouraging and positive. And you like and retweet, you do all the different things, and you hit all those notes. And it is ooh, Natalie Portman, Kiko. I love it. I love it. Oh, right. I saw that earlier. Very good. I can't wait to see that. But also, oh man, I just lost my train of thought. Fuck. But yeah, I like what you bring to you're very clever in a lot of your responses. It's cool. So hell yeah, brother. Defended the love for Akiko. That's right. That's right. I was there. I was there to defend my brother's honor. Hey, he can love whoever he wants. Oh man, that's great. Love it. Love it. Oh, shirts. So right now, T Public has that sale. So most of the times, I think the shirts are like $23, but then a lot of times they just run these sales where they're $16. So I think the math is I always get the shirt, the matching sticker, and then with shipping, it's like 21 and change or 22 and change, something like that. One of those two. But it's fantastic. Very, very good. So as I'm wearing right now, I think this is definitely the first time I wore this one, but as you see, it is the Bivouac Battle Station blueprints. I'm not going to lie. I hope Stevie keeps pumping these out, right? I really hope that he keeps doing different blueprints because I'm gonna fucking buy them all. I love it. This is like completely my style. I can't really do I'm not. I love these. These are fantastic. So check out Stevie Z over on T Public. He's got a whole bunch of different stuff. He's got mad shirts. He's got a couple. He did a cool 788 shirt. And then he also did a buzzer. And I think he said the other day that Snow Leopard was the only one who had bought that so far. So if y'all are in the market, hit it up. Or what you can do too is I'm pretty sure you can tell people in your family if they're looking for gift ideas to like, oh, hey, why don't you hit me off with a T Public gift certificate, something along those lines. I feel like it's a good way to support get what you want for Christmas, but yet still supporting. But yeah. Oh, thank you, Tex. Thank you. Yes, Stevie does do good work. Actually, I'm going to go back and talk about Stevie in a minute. But as far as T-shirt goes, we got two other people. We have my brother Pop Cole Frenzy, who I bought his Scarlett O'Hara shirt. I think it's fantastic. I love that one. I wore it on Destro is My Spirit Animal the last time because it seemed fitting. He loved Scarlett. So much so he named his daughter Scarlett, which I think is just incredible. And Mark is just a great guy. So yeah, I love that Scarlett shirt. Now the cool part about T Public is that you can get any kind of color that you want the shirt to come in. Well, almost any, right? They have like it's at least a dozen choices, I think, right? Without looking at it, I can't really think off the top of my head, but yeah. It's actually wonderful, to say the least. So, big ups to Pop Cole Frenzy for making that Scarlett O'Hara shirt. I absolutely love it. And I know there's more on there. I know there's more that he's got. It's just escaping me at the moment. I remember it being cool too. And also, to support another member of our community in the best way. He's been putting it out there. He's really looking for some people to buy those shirts for real. And that's J. Antonio Nunya. Now, dude, I've been looking at a lot of his stuff because we know our brother is recovering, right? He had that bad fall, and And so it's not, this isn't just like a, oh, hey, I'm doing this for fun kind of thing. Our dude is working his ass off to recover, and anything that you can do to support would be helpful, for sure. So yeah, he's got this, again, another dude that's got a lot of shit over there. He's got quite a few shirts. The one I got two from him. One that he had was the Back to the Future. It's just the Back to the Future logo. I had to have that. Those movies were great when I was a kid. Scored it. Fucking sweet. And then the other one is the Omni-Man, where he's got the other character's head on the platter. He's kind of floating there. And I love that one in particular because I'm trying to get into the idea of this G.I. Joe cartoon that's coming, right? So as much as I love G.I. Joe, and as much as I did think Transformers was like cool when they transformed, I kind of don't like the Union. Now, just hear me out. I'm going to love whatever they give me. I love everything G.I. Joe, so it is what it is. Even when I rag on the neon green 90s ones and shit, I still kind of like, I still enjoy it. It's G.I. Joe. But anyway, oh, fuck, I just lost my train of thought again. That's going to happen a bunch of times today. The shirt. So I'm trying to get into that. It's that T-shirt from Jay Antonio celebrates the new union of, like, that guy that directed, God, hopefully I'm saying this right. He definitely directed the show Invincible with Omni-Man in it, and that is the guy that is going to be doing the Transformers G.I. Joe mashup cartoon. So, I mean, of course, anything gets a fair shake right off the rip. But I've also heard from comic book aficionados like our boy here in the chat, Conrad Hauser, somebody whose opinion I value highly on what happens in a comic book. He's very optimistic about the content that they're doing. I guess it's going to be like what these run of cartoons over the oh, good Lord. What the Transformer G.I. Joe, the Energon universe is in the cartoons. He's going to kind of, try to translate a lot to, Evil Dookie in the house. What's up, brother? Glad you can make it. Yeah. So G.I. Joe, Conrad is saying it's going to be absolute fire. And that is enough for me to be excited about it and go into it with, open arms. So hell yeah. Thank you for always, having that kind of info and insight into things, my brother. It's always very helpful, especially like, like you've single-handedly got me back and interested in the comics. And unfortunately, I still haven't spent as much time, reading them up. But what I would like to do is, I think I have like, you sent me that number 1 issue. I think I have 2, and then whatever, all the way up to like 12. And I think I'm going to start just by reading those straight through. I picked up that number 1 and I read it that night that you had sent it, or like the next night. And it had been so long since I read any of them. And in my head, I was like, I'm only expecting it to be one thing because it's the very first issue and it was a long time ago. And I was fucking blown away. I was blown away at how good it was and stuff. Yeah. So for sure. Yeah, definitely. You have many more than that. Oh, what did I do? What did I buy? Check out DDP Master and Apprentice for Junko Akita's story. Okay. I have it on Authority. You have a lot of comics read. Oh, yes. No. Firsthand. Yes, you do. And they're right there for me to read, brother. Thank you for hooking me up with that. Yes. So, and then, right, I've got X amount. And once I get through those, I'm going to let you know. And then you're going to hook it up. The first issue is one of the best G.I. Joe comics. Oh, no, dude, it's just crazy how good that was. They had like they had just the right amount of like heavy military wording without it being like, as a kid, like, what the fuck are they talking about? Like, it's just brilliant, just fucking brilliant. And and I definitely have to get. So this week in Hearthstone had sent me its X amount. I think Conrad may have sent me something too, but it was like a bulk of the G.I. Joe comics online. And so once I blow through those, he's got like the next half or something on deck, and it's going to be awesome. The comics are bananas. The Joes are crazy. So good, and that early art was an inspiration for me. Well, that's fucking awesome. So those of you that don't know, Tex is a producer for TV Cobra, and an incredible artist. So all of the stuff that you see from is like hand drawn by this guy. Like when you look at God, I'm trying to think of an example of what besides that card that you gave me, it was something else. Just you know what? So like this, he drew that. It's amazing. He has been very kind, and working with me on. I don't want to give too much away, but there's going to be something that we're making for y'all that he is doing and doing well. I'm very blown away by how generous he's been and how great of a dude he is. So very, as I like to say, solid motherfucker. So hell yeah, I appreciate your brotherhood. I'm glad that we've gotten to know each other, and I've always and I'm blown away what you and Anchor and Viper have been doing for TV Cobra. I am excited for what's next. I'll get back to that in a minute. Hell yeah. Yeah, so the comics are something that I definitely want to get back into, like without a doubt. And it's the art in some of it that I've seen recently. People put like when you show pictures of this stuff, I'm just like, it hits so hard, right? It's like how card art does. Like when you look at card art and you can get so much off of one thing. Like I reference it all the time. Shockwave's card art. I could stare at that and just imagine so much of that. Like there's a whole character, there's a fit, like the whole figure, and it's just one still shot. And as a kid, it's just like I remember looking at it and it instantly mushrooming out of a whole world around this one guy. And I don't. The one thing I mean, it's obvious that I'm a sucker for a balaclava, right? Shockwave, Beachhead. Even like an Alley Viper, like Firefly. I love that look. I think it looks super badass. It's very commando, like Snake Eyes is covered, just something about it. It's very commando, very awesome. And something about commando just sells. Now there's other things about the way stuff looks like it fell over and it came out. But then there's something like a figure like this, right? Where he's got an incredible mask. He's got this crazy flamethrower with that. Oh, I got to get that attached again. But yeah, hoses. I'm a sucker for hoses, no question. And this dude's got two. He's got this little breather that's in there. Oh, I absolutely love it. Hold on, let me get this hose under control here. Sorry, I always do that. I start messing with something and I'm doing it like totally off camera. I forget. Cause like when I'm showing it like this, I feel like I'm holding it weird. I'm like, ugh. All right, there we go. So this is a different kind of look, right? Sucker for it. Really, I keep it. It's so funny that we started talking about figure of the year one day, and nobody mentioned this guy, and then it wound up turning into a conversation that we had over the course of like an entire month. I love it. Oh, which reminds me, I was supposed to put out a post to give away Budo. I never did. So when I say I'm busy, I'm not lying. I have to prioritize as I go down the list. And so this week I didn't wind up doing that. You know what I'm going to do is it's got to be right here somewhere. Is this it? Okay. No, that's the one I opened. Yeah, I'll have to take that out and put it out. Oh, there he is right there. All right. So here's the unopened one. I'm going to give it away. So I'm closing in on 500 followers on Twitter. And so I'm going to just kind of, as we get close, I'm going to see if, we can blow past 500 and maybe even get a good push to start looking at 6. And, but yeah, y'all, this is an incredible figure. There's so much stuff. This is worth buying so you could dress an entire other figure with it. Now, Jay Antonio said he thinks you can get 2 more out of the pack, right? That you could take a piece or 2 off of him and then, stack it with some stuff that's over in here. And you could wind up, having 3 full figures. And I kind of believe it because, well, he's also the master. So one thing I was hoping in the beginning here that our brother Dan Celsato, now y'all know who I'm talking about, right? Awesome dude. He hasn't been on the timeline as much, say in the past couple of weeks, as our dude made a major life change. He's moved, and so he's obviously getting his house set up and the whole thing. So it's a lot. But my dude saw. I don't think I said this last week, but our dude saw these in Walmart for $12 a piece. And so he was like, we were talking about it. He's like, yeah, I think I saw the firefighters for like $12. And I was like, oh, if you're going back. And he said he said that it was super close to his house, and it wasn't no big deal that he would go over and get them, and he did, and he shipped them. And that is like probably the seventh and eighth figures I've gotten from him. I know he had something for sale. He was like, oh, I got one of those. And I was like, yeah, I'll buy that from him right now. And so I bought like 2 figures from him. And then he was at a show and saw an infantryman, one of like the number 12, like the trooper, the infantryman, and then a grunt. And so he bought those. And what's cool is he actually texted me about it and couldn't get through to me. I don't remember what I was doing. I was either working when I couldn't get to the phone, or I might have been at like a basketball game or a sporting event where I couldn't get to the phone. And he was like, you know what? I'm just going to buy him anyway. And so we bought him anyway without, worrying about, obviously, he probably assumed I was just going to take them, but they were on my list, and he got them anyway. So I just wanted to shout out our dude. He's also somebody else that's also, very positive and everything out there on the timeline. And it always helps. So I speak with him a bit, as a matter of fact. He's a cool, wise motherfucker. And I chatted with him. We both do the because anybody that I even do it in DMs where I just do the voice message instead of, because listen, if I don't have my glasses on, I will make typing errors. I am the typo commander, reign supreme. So instead of like doing all that and it's faster, I just imagine typing out all the shit that I say. It'd be impossible. So, and I like to give sometimes I don't get a chance to respond to people for like a little bit, and I always want to just make sure that everybody feels like I'm valuing the discourse between the two of us by taking some time. Now I don't expect that from other people. I know I'm a gas bag, but I'm just saying, like, I do that because I super fucking appreciate it. So yeah, I think I got way off track when I was talking about our brother Jay and Tony Nunez's shirts. So to wrap up, the support that we're having. Oh, that's what it was. I'm circling back to Stevie Z. So my brother Stevie, he posted it on the timeline. I don't know if he has them listed quite yet, but he is going to be listing them in the next couple days. Now, he's only got 5 of them. Those awesome vending machines. So he made one. We looked at it, and he was like, "Oh, look at this." He's like, "I'm going to improve these couple things," and he did. I think one of them was maybe the front graphic or something like that. But listen, my dude is meticulous. As far as I can say, like, he is for sure. Like, buy with confidence. If my dude's selling it, he's gone over it. It's going to be quality. And so I think those vending machines are amazing. I know he's got options. You can pick which kind of graphic you want on the front. He's got little actual bottles and cans that come with it. Everything. It's really sweet. So keep your eye out. Now that is on his Ko-fi. I think I'm saying that right. Kofi. Yeah, he's got this. Is this the grape soda shots from X? Yeah, Tex. Yes, that is the one. I think Anchor Viper commented on it and said, "Hold one for me." But that is the one, and I think that is one of the models, right? That's not one of the ones he's selling. The ones he's selling are even cleaner, better. That was something he kind of just was getting it out there for the first time to take a picture. So hell yeah. This is a pretty unique community. All seem like good people, creative people, and good humor too. Hey man, listen, I did a lot of online stuff. I think I said it like this week or the previous week, but I've been online for a while. It ain't like this. I'm sure there's maybe other groups, but it's not like this for sure. I'm in the works to do things so we could try to take it even better. Just meaning like I'd like to have more time to do this kind of stuff. Like seriously, I would love to do a Wednesday night show, like a Tuesday night or a Wednesday night. Now, if I'm going on Destro as my spirit animal, maybe I wouldn't do a third one in the week. I don't know if my voice box could take it, but yeah, I'd like to be able to do like a shorter. And I know you're probably thinking he can't do shorter. I can, I think, especially during the week. But if I did like a weekly, like on Wednesday where I popped on for like a half hour, 45 minutes. No, I'm sorry. Did I say half hour? That's not what I meant. I don't even think I could do 45 minutes. If I came on for an hour to get through just a few things. Yeah, right. So, so only 3 hours. Right. That's funny. I know. I had a hard time keeping a straight face because it sounds insane. But well, one of the things is that, when I talk to people about coming on, not everybody wants to be roped in to that whole amount of time. And I say, well, then you just, come on, we'll do the interview in the beginning and then you just drop off and I don't have to do anything with the stream. You're just not there anymore. Here I am and I finish it up. But yeah, if I did it during the week, maybe if I had like a quick hitting thing where I get somebody to come on and we just run through the questions real quick where I'm like, give me your favorite classifieds to date. Okay. Give me the 5 that you want to see the next most. And then just hammer through it real quick. And I could do it, y'all, especially if I get to the point where having all these extras is because it's a chicken before the egg thing, meaning in order for me to set all this extra time aside, I'd have to have something worked out where there, I think I've mentioned like a Patreon, which if y'all hear that and you're like, no, please don't worry. Yeah. There's, I'm going to always do, it's not going to be crazy. What it's going to basically be is the show will have extra opportunities to win stuff, things like that, right? Where like if I probably shouldn't get into any of it, but like something along the lines of like if I had a $20 tier for every, however we would say for every 15 people that are in that tier, I give one figure away, right? So every month you have a 1 in 15 chance of winning a figure. And that comes with your subscription. I think something like that is pretty dope. So if it's somebody who's got an extra 20 that can pay an extra 20 a month, I'm going to make it like a no-brainer to want to spend that, that 20. But don't worry. I know that, listen, and there's, we have very loyal people here that I know are here every week. Those people will probably wind up not paying. When I finally roll out that red carpet, I'm not the people that help the show get off the ground are not going to have to pay this kind of shit. So I don't want anybody to think that, oh man, I don't want to have to pony up even $5 to watch this shit. Don't worry. I know who's been here since the start. So hopefully we get to a point where I can do something like that and I can really up the content game and I think it would go a long way. So we are going to hop into talking about, let me see, I feel like there was, you know what? I guess that's more of the mail call. So I've been slowed down a little bit on the purchasing because everybody knows like we were slaughtered and I didn't help by buying shit on top of all the shit that I had ordered. So I've kind of slowed down a little bit. I wound up picking up, I don't even know if I did a post. I picked up a 4th Ghost Viper and only because it was there. And I know it's crazy. Some people, they go into Walmart and there's $40 Ghost Vipers, like 10 of them there. And then you talk to other people and they're like, I've driven a 50-mile fucking radius and I can't find a single one of them anywhere. So it's crazy. So anyway, I was in Walmart. I always walk by to see if they put anything new out. And because when I found the number 3, I just happened to go over. I looked. I was keeping the wallet in check. Amazon shipping all the figs, and I needed that for upgrade. Yeah. I'm going to be looking for. Oh, nice. That's what's up. I missed the 42% of Big Ben. Oh, nice. So yeah, I was in there and I saw they had 1 Ghost Viper sitting there, and I was like, oh, I'll buy that now. and even just to trade it mostly because I have basically a one Ghost Viper on each side of Crystal Ball, and I think for that's going to do it for me for now. That's all I need for the in that dire because they come with the wolves and all this other shit. So actually, yes, if you are in the market for a Ghost Viper, be sure to hit me up. So I I got the Ghost Viper, and my brother Jeremy, I had said to him, I was like, hey brother, if you see anybody that's got Trench Viper Fort Mod, because I only have the one, and I have this burning idea in my head. I want to stack two of them together and put it on the end of the bar from Mo's Mind. This one, where is it? Right there. Well, it's got kind of a lot of stuff in front of it, so you can't see it. I love that thing. It's fucking awesome. So I want to have the kind of a watchtower thing. I know Mo is he's got a watchtower thing coming and for it. And once that happens, these Fort Mods will find another use because then that will go there. But in the meantime, I have this whole idea. There's a shot that I have with the Trench Vipers, which is really what I want. The Trench Vipers, and then my newly acquired, where to go? My newly acquired Skullbuster, Range Viper. Let me fucking tell y'all, let me get this gun right. Let me fucking tell y'all, I absolutely fucking love this figure. So at first, I was kind of like, because I remember seeing the 3 3/4 when I was a kid, and I was like, what the fuck is going on there? I was like, it kind of looks cool, but I really disliked the brain head. I thought it was, So anyway, you all know I love that 788 fire team. So once I got that and I looked at that Range Viper, I was kind of like, oh, you know what? That's all right. I kind of like that. That looks okay in this colors, but still this blue. And so everywhere I looked on fucking eBay or whatever, everybody wanted $50. So I was like, yeah, I don't like it that much. And but yeah, so I received this as a bonus. I traded Crystal Ball for the Night Force Ripcord. That's some shit right there, right? I fucking love this figure. I love Night Force. If there's something I'm going to be trying to complete, it's going to be I will have every Night Force figure for sure. And yeah, dude, that hoses, the backpack, all of it. Fucking dope. So now he can lead my jumpers. I can do a scene with all the jumpers and shit. And here's their leader. So anyway, I traded straight up for that. And he was like, oh, hey, I threw in a little something extra. He was like, I think I remember you saying you didn't need it or you needed it. And I did. So if you look at the integration, every figure should have shit like this, where you can put a secondary, like they should come with two primary weapons, right? And one of them should be able to stow, and they should both be able to go on here. This should, well, that's not the gun that came with it, but you understand what I'm saying. So I love this backpack. I think it looks fucking dope. The blue, dude, the second I took it out of the package, I absolutely loved it. Big red. Classified Range Viper is cool. I love the bright blue and yellow color on it. It looks great while bringing back the obnoxious 90s. Absolutely. You nailed it, brother. Absolutely. I never did open my Ripcord. Might trade him. Ooh, G.I. Joe guy. Or Conrad. Yeah, so Big Red. This, I think you just nailed exactly what it is. They highlight exactly what needed to be highlighted. Like, they didn't duck the blue, right? They didn't just shun it completely. They just made it more palpable. And I think they fucking nailed it. So I'm going to have him leading my Cobra troopers and infantry and all that. He is now walking first into battle with all the infantry behind him, not fucking around. So yeah, and plus you saw he got where'd he go? He got his due when I showed off this guy. So I'm glad y'all like that. I had some very, very nice compliments on the Snake Eyes shot. So I originally wanted to I was like, all right, I don't want to set up a whole thing, but I want to get some pics. And I looked over, I hadn't opened this yet. And I was like, yep, I'm doing that. And then I was like, okay, how do I want to get the wall? And I picked out the 2 dial things and I put the fencing over it. So it looked like he was sneaking in. And yeah. Oh, your phone died at the gym? Oh, no doubt. Yeah, Ripcord Night Force is dope. You ain't lying. But yeah, so I love this figure. I think it's fucking awesome. I called him in that shot my urban alpha commando because that's what he looks like, right? He just looks. I don't know. I don't know what it is. He's not trying to hide really. He's going to scale down the side of the building with his dope thing. I love this gun. I think it's awesome. It's stuck. And I did at one point have Snake Eyes with a sword in his hand up on the wall, and I just didn't like it as much as having the gun in his hand. So hell yeah. What would be dope? Because I do have a second one of these. What I really want to do is I want to dye. What was I saying? I want to dye this vest black and possibly his arms and the chest. So if I pop the neck ball, I leave the neck part blue, take the head off, dye the chest, the arms, and then the vest, or at least maybe this is one of the ones I'll try to cut my teeth on doing some weather washing, right? I'll just dirty that fucker up. Personally, the only thing about that version of Snake Eyes that bugs me is the red on the swords. I'm not sure why it's there. It seems like an unnecessary last minute. It's blood, my brother. Right? Maybe I'm wrong. I thought it was blood. Um, you know? No. Huh. So I thought it was blood, but now that I look at it, the way that it is, and then right before the hilt, if you look, hold on, let me get my scalpel. So if you look all along the edge, hold on, all along the edge, but then when you look right here on the hilt, it's a uniform wrapped red. So the red on the swords is a favorite addition. Also, homage to the fact that Snake Eye version 4 had red swords. Oh, okay, all right. But yeah, no, you're right, Big Red. That is the part of the swords. Okay. Well, Conrad's got something that explains that. Nice. But yeah, I love this. I love this chest rig. It's very, very Alpha Commando, and I love it. But yeah, it's got to get darkened up a bit. And I love his. I love the gauntlets, the forearm gauntlets. It's really cool. I love the throwing knives. It's definitely a nice combination of the of the ninja, the percentage of ninja and commando appears to be on display. I think it might be closer to a 50-50 than the 65-35 that I'm looking for. But yeah, like look how cool it is. Now I know this is an issue, and that some of it is yeah, Matt, you're right. I kind of caught myself when I was saying that. I was saying at least try to dirty it up a little bit. I actually got this shit that I want to try to wash with. What it is it's used to darken up landscape concrete. And I think maybe if I use a little bit of that, it's gonna be dope. But yeah, look at how that gun sits. Look at how awesome that is. Fire, absolute fire. What a fantastic figure. Now you know me. I don't really speak ill of most of the shit anyway, right? Some things bug me. I'll always talk shit about the snow serpent not coming with the whatchamacallit with an AK and a proper loadout. I'll always say that. But for the most part, I kind of like everything. It's just like, oh yeah, that's fine. But some of it is exceptional, and I do like, I think what it is it's just the small choices that they make to do or not do something. And just lately, it just seems like they're hitting all the notes that I'm interested in. But yeah, Big Red, that was a good point there. I was kind of shocked to see that's what it was. So yeah, my lord. But yeah, anyway, this guy has stolen the show though. He's fucking incredible. I absolutely love it. And that gridiron gun is money to go with it. So hell yeah. Rock Lockdown in the house. You made it, brother. I was actually just showing off the Range Viper and this dope ass, which by the way, has stolen the show here in the studio. I can't stop looking at it. And yeah, yep, I was showing this off. I'll pop it out again. It's Le Magnifique. I love it. Excellent addition to the Night Force posse, without a doubt. Y'all might have to chat amongst yourselves for a second as I need to take a very quick bathroom break. I'll be back in 1 second. All right, thanks, y'all. I really do have the best people to watch. Mm, mm. Yeah, normally I make it all the way through, which is largely a shock to me. Let's see, what did I miss? My eyes have gotten so bad I have to wear a magnifier with my glasses to paint. No shit. Wash your hands. I wish I could zoom. My eyes are getting old. Listen, as I'm sitting, it's gotten in the past 6 months. It's become just absolutely crazy with my vision for sure. Washes for Matt from Mosemine. They make washes for plastic. I know you would, but test that other stuff in case it eats plastic. That's a good point. I didn't really think of that, Matt. That's pretty dope. Yeah, I know the assassin come with 4 throwing knives. They're so tiny for 5-inch scale, I can barely pick them up. Who's the assassin? I'm not far. I'm going to look for readers tomorrow. Yeah, so that's what these are. I thought about going and getting something in a lens that doesn't make me look, because these are literally Home Depot fucking $6. Pinch and squeeze worked on my iPhone. Nice. Reminds me of a friend from high school. The teacher excused herself to go to the bathroom. My friend was like, hope it comes out well. That's funny. That's a good story, Red. Warpaint, Vallejo, Citadel was good, but I think that's gone. For like a wash, Matt? Is that what you're talking about there? I need progressives. Oh, there's our dude, CG Horror in the house. What's up, brother? I need progressives, but I just refuse. Makes me feel old. Where is it? CG, I'm glad you're here because we are going to be opening this up, and seeing as how you are our resident mainframe, it's fitting that you're here for that. So hell yeah. Let's see. Brands for washes. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. All right, so let's get to our list. Oh, anyway, I got totally cut off. So I had an offer for, because I don't know if you've looked, but those Fort Mod Trench Viper things are going for over $100 on eBay, and I was like, oh no. So seeing as how I had gotten a deal on the Ghost Viper, the guy wanted the Ghost Viper and one of the GI Joe Troopers for the Fort Mod, and I did it because you figure if I did the math, I was like, okay, with shipping and everything, it's less than $80. So I was like, all right, to satisfy that burning idea in my mind that I just absolutely have to get it for. And really, I wanted another Trench Viper. I have 2. I feel like, yeah, I have 2 of them right now and a 3rd on the way. I don't know why for a split second I thought I should have 4. Yep. So I made that trade, and I'm happy with it. For sure. I can't complain. I also got a deal from, now that trade went down along with another purchase that I made in our brother Jeremy's awesome Facebook group, The Pit. I always tell people, if you're not over there, text. I've been drinking out of this for a month, and you're the first person to say something. Cheers. I was on. Destro is my spirit animal, drinking out of it. Nobody said anything. So thank you. I was wondering how long I could go. Actually, tonight I was going to say something. Actually, been here. My name was showing wrong. I had to correct it. Oh, no shit. Oh, okay, brother. That's my bad. I love it. Well, good. I'm glad you're here. So Acid traded me. Oh, and I ordered, somebody gave me a deal. It was like, I got a crystal ball and a breaker for $50 shipped. I couldn't say no to that. I actually traded my second crystal ball, and honestly, in trades that I've been doing online, crystal ball and breaker are basically the 2 that people ask about most. Yeah, it is. I do believe this came with the toothbrush. I think it was the toothbrush, and this was to rinse your mouth out 100%. I probably shouldn't put warm shit in here or drink out of it altogether, because who knows what the hell's going on with that fucking old 80s, 70s, 80s plastic. So yeah, I got that other crystal ball coming, and then I did want to kind of do a mail call, but I kind of forgot what the hell I didn't order a lot. I think I had 2 snow serpents come in. Oh, today I had gotten some stuff. Today right, mainframe, and then the grim vipers, which again I'm still shocked that the extra 2 came in and I didn't really remember it. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I had scored another major blood because I had a giveaway over at our brother Jeremy's Facebook, the group in Facebook, and the guy that Roger Stone is his name. I don't know if he's watching, but yep, that's going out to him. I should have mailed it yesterday or even this morning, but it got lost in the shuffle. It's been crazy. Oh, hey, Anchor Viper in the house. Glad you can make it. Welcome. We are talking about a bunch of random stuff as I can never stay on track. I think we're going to get to the list because I want to open this. I want to open this mainframe. I know this week in Hearthstone is probably dying, so we are going to get moving on that. So our brother, giant man size thing, came up with this idea, and he was like, "Oh, hey, let's come up with figures that we think should have like a redo." And by redo, I mean, I kind of meant, what about the figure would you change? I think some people kind of took it. It was almost like they were almost saying things that they like a whole other figure, right? Almost completely a different figure. And I guess it's all good because we're all trying to get to the same spot. We're all trying to get to a superior figure. But there was some interesting things that people had said. And honestly, the first one that I'll talk about, because I had mentioned it earlier, our brother Big Red, he kind of had said, because Big Red has more 3 3/4 figures than he does the classifieds. And basically what he said that the O2 Snake Eyes could get a redo. And I kind of agree with him if you think about the premise of what we're saying. Yeah, this week in Hearthstone and being patient. Don't worry, brother, we're going to get there soon. And because when you do look at to his point, he had said if you look at the following Snake Eyes, which if you look at, that would be number 30 or number 52, they do have a more beefier, thicker. Like the O2 seems like a very frail ninja-ish. Maybe I should probably pull it out before I just start saying too much about it. But yeah, there's something like it was a very loose figure. It didn't. He didn't look. Not that Snake Eyes is known for being like jacked or anything like that, but he just didn't look. I don't know. When I read that comment, I immediately went, yeah, you're right. And so, I mean, you could say that number 52 is a, kind of like in that same thing because it's got the visor, but at the same time, it's not even close to the same thing. I think what Big Red kind of meant maybe is that we can get that all black ninja. Like number 30 is clearly all commando. It's totally commando. He doesn't even come with a sword. Doesn't even come with a backpack. He's just got mad guns and a dog. So he's totally, scrawny almost. Thank you. He looks like he could be repainted as the Spider-Man figure. 100%. You're fucking nailing this, bro. Holy shit. Conrad, the proportions are off on the entire first 3 waves. Cobra, Iron, Firefly, and Breaker have skinny legs, which is crazy because that Firefly has like the big chest rig and the bomb neck fucking thing and all that. I have been looking at some of those figures. They're still in the box, but like I've been looking at that beachhead, that number. I think is it 10? Yeah, I have been looking at this lately, and I want to take this fucker out of the box. I'm not going to do it now because I know we're waiting to do mainframe, but I'm starting to like those a little more. It's they're like an upgrade of the classic, but since we have the class, I don't know. I enjoy it. The Firefly, I don't know. Those legs do seem a little off, so I have to go with that. And then it cracked me up that body is what G.I. Joe create your own figure. Us fans are yeah, I know, right? That's funny. So he definitely seems scrawny at most. So I thought Big Red. I thought that was a perfect fucking shout. So also slightly offbeat of an answer was Chuckin' and Truckin' had said, give us the hand packs a la Valveverse, right? Let's have those hand packs. I mean, you could just get the Valveverse links as far as I know they work, but How great would it be to have a fucking, a nice fucking, a nice set of hands where, sometimes I definitely feel like I want somebody to be pointing. They're holding their gun up like this on this side and they're pointing with the other finger, like, yo, we're going over there, leading the charge. I really think that would go a long way. I mean, especially when you can just have, you buy, like black ones that look like they have gloves on, and you can get the different skin tones. You could get all this different shit. It seems easy to me. I don't know. But yeah, I thought that was a good shout. Also, Chuckin' and Truckin' said something I thought was awesome. And what he said was alternative bat tool packs, meaning like bats with, instead of because they have what? The laser, the torch, the big claw, and that's the three that they come with. How cool would it be if we had different ones? Maybe one is more of like a, like I think Gridiron makes one where you can put, it's like a small Gatling gun on it. It's a fucking minigun with a little barrel full of bullets underneath. Just shit like that. I thought that was an incredible shout. I thought that was great. Retro Cobra Commander and Flint spin on a. Oh, let's go on quick. Retro Cobra Commander and Flint's spin on a lot of things. Nice. Okay. Aren't the hand stems too long on Valverse? Giant man size thing. I'm not sure. I don't have them, but I thought, yeah, I thought they fit. I thought I saw somebody saying that. Can't get vests off without cutting the boil B-pop if you wish to preserve them. Oh, nice. I have a second of the Firefly. I'm going to cut that vest off. Okay. We want to see that, brother. Make sure you get that in the timeline. Storm Shadow 2. Okay, yeah, that's heard a lot of people talk about that. I made one of my bats a rocket specialist. Ooh, rock lockdown. That's what I'm talking. See, that's what I'm talking about. You definitely make it so he's got. You can even give him a different pack. Give him a giant fucking backpack that like sits down, right? Like you, boom. He uses his robot brain, and some legs come down off of the thing, and a backpack sits. He could just take shit right off it, and it can defend itself like a little gun with a camera or something like that. Voice chat failed me. Retro Cobra Commander and Flint's extra hands fit on a lot of figures. Great advice, y'all. Everybody take a look at that. Our brother Conrad said the Retro Cobra Commander and Flint's extra hands fit on a lot of figures. So if you're looking for that little bit of need there, oh, Matt, thank you for the bump. That's an interesting idea. I should work up concept art in the old comic style for these figure ideas. Fuck yeah, Tex. Listen, we love that G.I. Joe art, without a doubt. Like we have that dude, I think I showed off some of his stuff last week, our brother Cole Art Creative, who draws those. They're like miniature G.I. Joe guys. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. I fucking love it. I ordered I think I ordered 4, and my dude sent me a lot. He sent me a bunch. He was like, here, dude, thank you for always, pumping out the stuff. I tried to convince him, and I think Pop also may have said something to him about, yo, man, you should, stickers or, think about T-shirts. Now, I've seen other work that he does that's G.I. Joe that's more on like the serious line of things. It's not the miniatures. Dude, and he could make the sickest shit. It's almost like he could be a cartoon artist, like that good. So, fuck yeah. But I thought that was the Bat Tool Pack I thought was really, really cool. We're going to move right on to our brother CG Horrors list. And I was like, I agree with every one of these. So his first one on the list is Lady J. So CG is a giant Lady J fan, as we aren't we all, but he loves her a little extra. And he's looking for is a cartoon accurate Lady J. He had broke it down and showed me like the differences between what they came out with and what would be like the cartoon accurate one. And I was like, oh wow, yeah, now that you say that, I do think that we should have that. He also, if you get a chance, I'm sure it's on his page. He made a G.I. I think he made a Lady J custom where it was, I think he just swapped some hands and maybe something else on it, but I remember he showed it to me and it looked fantastic. CG, that was fucking dope. Number 2 on his list, Roadblock version 1 needs to look more like the Real American Hero version 2. Now, I had to look and see exactly what that meant, and I couldn't fucking agree more. I think that it would, it's not in the package. So as much as I love the other ones, like the urban or whatever, the one where he's got like the T-shirt on. I think that's cool for certain things, but when you've got, oh, here it is. So I just when I again, I loved it. I think this figure is dope, but I feel like there's a little too much of the futuristic classification type shit that they were doing in those first couple waves. That while not bad, again, it still does look cool as fuck. I think I would be happy if it was a little bit different, kind of just like our brother here is saying. So that another good shout. Destro, give us an upgrade on that. What is he, number 3? Destro 3? Destro's 3. So either give us an upgrade on that 3, make him beefier, like that NECA one, or the Mezco, the Mezco Destro. It looks big, the big neck thing. He's broad chest, broad shoulders. It looks right. But yeah, I don't know. I would definitely take that. Or as he said, just give us the version 2. You know what I mean? Just give us version 2. Make it so the thing on the shoulders is there. Give him the gold fucking head. Give him the cape. And I would honestly take. Well, no, if they upgraded him with all that, I would definitely want it to have a gold head. So just help us out. Either make that original version with the black and the red cowl. Make that look just right. And make him beefier. But you know what? Also, give us the fucking 2. Yeah, you have a lot of working to get the Valveverse hands into most figures. Okay, so I guess that is a little bit of I want Roadblock to be as big as Nemesis Enforcer. Yes, absolutely. Roadblock agrees with my take. Very good. More eyebrows. I agree there too. I want Roadblock to be as big as Nemesis Enforcer. Yes, I agree. He should be that big. In the comics, he's almost Incredible Hulk big, standing next to a lot of the other characters, like almost twice as tall. And now I know sometimes they're doing it like I saw a cover recently where he was literally almost a Lady J's worth taller than like Duke. And I'm here for that. I would take it. I would love to get the C team. So yeah, absolutely. Chuckles. Again, we're on CG Horror's list. Chuckles needs a retro. And now I agree. So you can make it cartoon accurate, just right, and then we can all get them. I mean, as much as I think it's cool, the way that I look at it is having these exclusives, I think, are nice because then it's something to collect and go after. But number one, we live in an age where scalpers are scumbags, and we do get screwed. Some people get screwed a lot. Where now, listen. It's maybe I'm having a little cognitive dissonance here where I go and I buy 5 or something, but like I'm either keeping it to use or I'm fucking, basically giving it. I did put a package of stuff that I had gotten recently out for sale at a high price, but the proceeds are going to go to the fucking to the holiday drive, which I actually have to talk about that as well. So when you have these what the hell did I just call them? These specials where you can only get them in certain places. I think that it's okay to do, but you can't do it with the only version of the fucking figure available, right? Like if Chuckles had a regular classified or even a retro, then making one that looked maybe not different, but was like souped up or came with a bunch of shit, like undercover passports, or I don't know. There's a way to make an exclusive Chuckles that doesn't fucking leave the rest of us with no Chuckles. Chuckleless. We're Chuckleless because we weren't at the Comic-Con or whatever the fuck. So yeah, I kind of hope that we get something like that. And I mean, we probably will, right? I think it's safe to say that they come out with something like that. So they did that with Mindbender, and I feel the retro is even better. Actually, I do enjoy that. And then you have Cold Slither that got overproduced. Dude, holy shit. Yeah, that went from an exclusive to they're selling it everywhere. Renegade version, Roadblock and Tunnel Rat together makes for fun shots. Fuck yeah, I love it. Conrad, you're right. Cold Slither is everywhere. Somebody was talking about that the other day about how that was supposed to be an exclusive, and now it's literally just available wherever the fuck you got money. Magic the Gathering reserve list has taught Hasbro the value of secondary market. Yeah. I mean, I know that shit is just through the roof. And listen, if fucking Hasbro hasn't seen that Vamps are selling for $300. Then I mean, and what do you do about that? Do you keep it if you're like, they just want to know how to make money off it? And you would think that by the time they were selling religiously, with all of that, if you're if you see that something is selling on that secondary market so high, why wouldn't you want to jump in and then make it available so you can sell it, and before these people spend all their money for double, right? Because if instead of buying a $200 vamp on the secondary market, they could buy a $100 vamp from Hasbro and then throw a figure or two on top of it, and still you're spending less. So I don't know. They can't acknowledge it, or it's childhood gambling. Cold Slither is a swing and a miss. Oh, that's what you mean. They can't acknowledge it, or it's childhood gambling. Oh my God, Jesus! I will buy anything Renegades. We will be starving for those. For real, Renegade. Oh, right. Yeah. That would be nifty. The Renegade line. No shit. So yeah, CG Horror Chuckles, give us a retro so we can all have it. Now you also put on here too, Nemesis Enforcer needs better wings. And I'm sorry, I think you said something about Nemesis Enforcer, and I didn't, for some reason I didn't write it down. I must have got distracted. But yeah, so Nemesis Enforcer looks, when I look at it, he looks like, I'm trying to think how I can say this. So there was this dude that I knew. It was a friend of mine's dad, and he was always a very big guy. And for some reason, as he got older, he literally shrunk like 5 inches, and his body just like squished out. Right. So he was like this super tall, muscular guy with broad shoulders, and then he fucking squeezed down a little bit, and his body went out, and he looked kind of like Nemesis Enforcer does. It's almost like they need to stretch them, make him super motherfucking tall, right? Make him 3 inches taller than the tallest fucking figure. And, well, maybe that's a lot, but you figure if this was like the tallest figure, make him this tall. Make him so ridiculously bigger than everybody else that it's obvious he is this guy who can use his fucking gauntlet fucking things to rip open the pentaplastic shield, or turn a Havoc up over end by simply coming out of the ground. So I think you need to, I think that is that. I mean, honestly, you know what? I didn't even make a list, but that might even be like number one on my list. Is that I don't think that did it. That didn't do it for me. I had a hard time going down the list and thinking. The one that stuck out, somebody mentioned it a little bit up in the chat, was the version 2 Storm Shadow. I thought that figure looked so insane when I was young, and I loved it. But for some reason, it just I don't know. I look at it, something about the face, the hood. I don't know. I've heard lots of people talk about the hood, and then I finally looked at it myself, and I was like, oh yeah, this is fun. All right, we're going to move on to our brother Kalel327, our dude with the ridiculous carded collection. I know you all know what I'm talking about, because at this point we have all said to him, bro, what the fuck with the cardeds? How crazy. I mean, what picture has gone up that he has not had the carded of? And if you're listening, Kalel, I mean this in the, I've told you this. I mean this in the most sweetest of ways. It's amazing. That's fucking amazing. Conrad, looking forward to having Nemi Strash for my Snowcat. Yeah, right, exactly. Let's do it. But we got to get it. We got to get him looking big. We got to get him big. Right up under the belly. You fucking know it. So yeah, CG, thank you so much for your list, brother. When I was writing it down, I was like, bang, bang, bang. These are all 10 out of 10 suggestions. So thank you, brother. I love it, and it's good to see you in here. So Kalel, our carded collection master, said that he wants a Falcon that is 80s cartoon accurate. I love it. I feel like he's a polarizing character. And I think to have him have that same look that he had in like the G.I. Joe movie, I think would be really, really awesome. So I ain't seen no carded Psych Out or Colonel Courage. He had the I think I saw both. Maybe I'm wrong. I think he had the Colonel Courage, right? I thought he God, I could have swore he had that Colonel Courage. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Well, we'll have to take a look. I keep forgetting I ordered a Snowcat till we get it in a few months. Well, I mean, where are we? We're about to break in December. When did the HasLab? When did it come out? I know it was early last year, right? Didn't the Rattler come out early? But yeah, that's dope. I mean, you know, what would really be dope is if they gave it to us in the winter, so I could use it in the winter. That would really be sweet. Yeah, definitely. So our brother Kalel with a great recommendation with Falcon. Now Stevie Z had just a couple of suggestions that I think were pretty cool too. He basically said that Buzzer and Ripper need to come with alternate heads, that like one that has the glasses on, one with the glasses off. Don't make the fucking glasses removable. I know we've all had trouble with that. Oh yeah, no, Conrad, I know we ain't getting it until April. Right. But yeah, I think what This Week in Hearthstone was saying that he had forgotten that it was coming at all, and now he's kind of realizing that it's, we're like halfway there. Cobra has so many great drivers, but for vehicles we'll never see. Wonder if we'll get the drivers anyway. Well, man, listen, if we can get Copperhead without the moccasin, I would say that we can get literally fucking any of the drivers at that point. I mean, what more iconic combination does Cobra have than Copperhead and the moccasin? And they were like, I don't know. I mean, I guess I understand that maybe at the time they wanted to get Copperhead out there, and they were like, we're just not ready for the moccasin yet. But dude, I would say that if you were to ask me beforehand, name one driver they would never make without the vehicle, I would say Copperhead. There's no way they're going to make Copperhead without the fucking moccasin, but they did. Yeah, so I mean, all the other ones like the stun drivers and all those, I think it's all on the table, which is fine. You know what that means? That we can just have our brother Matt from Mo's Mind make us some shit. We do deserve the moccasin. They initially thought vehicles would be too big. Oh, is that what it was, brother? Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure. Copperhead is a single dude. He is. He came single. Him and the Python Patrolman is really fucking dope. I'll take that bet that we still have snow in Western New York in April. Listen, if you were to ask me, did I want to bet 50 on it? Give me the odds, because April is so late. But most likely, I would make that bet too. I've seen snowstorms on Easter fucking many a year. Cobra has so many. Yep. Okay, I read that one already. All right. So yeah, Kalel with the go. Stevie Z says Buzzer and Ripper with the head, so he doesn't have to fuck with the glasses, and I don't blame him there. He also said that Barbecue and like the regular Vipers, they should have removable helmets or head swaps, meaning, let Barbecue take his helmet off or just swap it out, so we can hear him with that thick ass Boston accent. That is turbo. You know what? I'm fucking Chilly Willy down here. I'm gonna put this fucking shirt on. All right. Holy moly. All right. There we go. So, yeah, it went full circle. They made the 3.5s that size, make vehicles an option. Yeah, right? They were right, but we're crazy. Yeah, we definitely got to get that moccasin. I think that would be great. Oh, yep. And so to wrap it up with Stevie Z, Barbecue and Vipers need removable heads and head swaps. I love it. So somebody that I'm unfamiliar with, but Homeboy had made it post in Conrad's. I think on Conrad's here, he had some options. Seymour Snoot. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Basically, he had said that he would take a new Snake Eyes version 2 or even version 3. So I think what he means by saying version 2 is almost like agreeing with Big Red and saying that, that version 2 of Big that they did on the O2 classified could do a redo. Just give us the version 3 too. Like, everybody wants that. Everybody is fucking, yeah. Interesting point on them scaling down during the bad 70s economy. Yeah, right? They made 3.5 set size and make. Oh, yeah, right? I see what you're saying. That's I love it. Um, so Seymour Snot said it, and I think Conrad agreed that Grunt version 2 with the Falcon glider. Let's fucking go with the gliders. I don't know what they would do, even if they made it like a foam one. It would be dope. And he also said, I think I wrote this down wrong. I wrote down Agent Faces. So I don't think that's a real thing. I don't know what happened there, but Agent Faces. And then Action Man. So yeah, that's that. So we'll move. Thank you, Seymour. We're gonna move right on to our brother Conrad. He had a very good list also. So basically, what he said was Roadblock version 1 and version 2 on a retro card. So give us the beefier, pinless body that dwarfs Sergeant Slaughter. I love it. I love it. I couldn't agree more. I love that. I love the way that in that particular one I just referenced a little while ago, where Roadblock was almost a full Lady J taller than Duke, and it looked awesome. He had this giant fucking Modus, and he looked like he was wielding it like an AR, and not on the shoulder. It was awesome. It looked fucking fantastic. Yeah, John O. Spencer Grunt version 2 glider, Clutch version 2 with Vamp Mark II would be great, since I got a bunch of desert dudes. Hell yeah. You ain't lying there. So yeah, that's a great shout by Jeremy with the Roadblock version 1 and version 2 on the retro card with that beefier pinless body. I love it. This is another good one. Dusty, the cartoon inspired with the soft goods on the helmet. Like, we really need that soft goods. Agent Faces was 200 times G.I. Joe on the cover. Oh, no shit. Okay, so I did write it down right. Nice. Huge Roadblock. You're down. I love it. I love it. Destro version 1, beefier build. So it's another Conrad and CG both suggested that, yeah, the Destro version 1 was just a little too, again, kind of like scrawny looking for what I would want. I think that's great. Also, Conrad, keen on the barbecue with the head. Barbecue and Torpedo need new head sculpts. I love it. I think that's fucking perfect. So you mean shouldering like an airsoft toy? Not real. Not real. Oh my God. Jeez. Oh my God. You're right. Yeah. Just like the large airsoft, the one that has a lot of air darts. Mindbender in a lab coat. So this is a great shout. So if anybody has recently seen what our brother Mark Potter has been doing with his Mindbender heads, putting on a bunch of different bodies, and it all looks incredible, right? So when I think of, and shout out to Mark, my brother, and so when I think of Mindbender in a lab coat, I think it's exactly what we all want, right? Like I'm doing a Mindbender shot that I've had in mind, but at the same time, pew pew is the preferred nomenclature. I love it, Tex. I'm gonna do, Mindbender in the way that he is, because it's just going to be the aesthetic. It's going to be a take on a Rise to Pentora Rise. My brother CG so graciously sent me that great care package that included Serpentor, which in alone would be its own care package. There was multiple other figures, but yeah. So that Serpentor is going to be set off in an homage to what is probably my most watched bit of GI Joe, and that's a Rise Serpentor Rise, without a doubt. So I'm going to make Mindbender regular in there, but like Conrad says, man, give us the one in a fucking lab coat, so we don't have to have this, and like how it's what it kind of reminds me of when we were talking about it with brother Dagon the other day, because he had bought his wife that nice David Bowie figure from Labyrinth, and I started talking about his big cod piece. That's all I think about when I see that Mindbender, them straps coming down to like a jock strap. It's just insane. It's just insane for a kid's toy, for any kind of toy. Fucking, oh my God. Hilarious. So that is a great shout, Conrad, to get us there for the Mindbender and the lab coat. And then he basically also just kind of touches on Serpentor, Wild Bill, Chuckles. We all should be able to get those. You know what I mean? I think that they're all figures that everybody should be able to have in their collection. I mean, even if they did a retro carded Serpentor, that maybe looked a little more like a perfectly 80s and like the cartoon inspired one. That way everybody could still get one and it would look cool nonetheless. But yeah, whoever said that the retro Mindbender looks better, I have to agree. So Conrad, fantastic list. Thank you so much, my brother. Whenever whenever you give me any kind of information like that, is always top notch. You are your knowledge is endlessly extensive. I really appreciate it. And what do we got here? Oh, just another jerk. So I think he's got some very good ideas. So number 5 on the list is he has Pilot Baroness, number 183. So I think you're talking about the Rattler Baroness. Am I right? I think you're basically saying let's make that for everybody. Do any of y'all read any fan fiction? I wanted to find most dangerous man in the world, but also wondering if anyone reads anybody else. Not off the. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't think my top 2 won't get made. They're at Roscon. um, but yeah. I'm not sure. Tex. Maybe somebody's got an answer for you. So Pilot Baroness 183, I think is cool. And I think everybody would definitely want that. Although it does seem cool that you had to get a Rattler for that. Like she comes with the Rattler, but it does look fantastic. I have to admit that even I was kind of like, man, I'm not going to spend $150 like some of these people were spending, but I think I wouldn't mind having it. Number 2, Serpentor with or without the chariot. Voila. Just like I was saying, it's a great shout. There's tons of people who would love to have a Serpentor in their pictures in there. I didn't even know Baroness. Oh, yes, Tex Thompson. So the her mold. Let's see. Scroll back here. Matt from Molesmy, her mold is too good to not use again for something. I agree, Matt. It's completely brace yourself in your wallet. No shit. So Pilot Baroness Tex is she came with the Rattler. Yeah, amazing. And they're like $150 on eBay. People are paying for the Rattlers by selling the Baroness. Voted best. Yeah, it's fucking definitely the best one. Best Baroness there is, without a doubt. So that would be great to have. The Serpentor would be great to have. Number 3, he's got, again, everybody else. We all want Chuckles, bro. What the fuck? Such a crazy cool character, crazy cool figure. Cobra makes its money by selling blow. We all know that. That one arm of the financial district for fucking Cobra is that they sell blow. And we need Chuckles to be trying to take them motherfuckers down. We need to make scenes where they're doing drugs, doing recreational activities. Where'd it go? Oh, there's. This one is very cool. His number 2 on the list is Helix with the silver hair and camo, or give us the Night Force Helix. Whoo! That sounds very cool. So I love that Helix figure. I got the Sys 3D Arsenal mission crate for Helix that comes with it. Let me make sure it's all in there nice. Look at how fucking awesome that is. So yeah, Helix is great. I think that's an amazing shout, and I think that would really be fucking awesome. So I love that very much. And number 1, now again, just a jerk. Let me know if I misread this. You're looking for just a retro Jinx, right? Just give us like the 80s inspired Jinx in a retro. Is that what it is? Yep. Okay. So that's it. Definitely. Just a retro Jinx. Now, I think I remember seeing somewhere, Conrad may have even said it, give us more than one head, a blindfolded one and a not blindfolded. Like, come on. Basically, a Kiko. No cleavage. Yeah, right. Sleeves and no socks. I fucking love it. Nice. Um, so yeah, brother, I think that's an awesome list. I appreciate that. Uh, right, I did. That's all of them, right? Wasn't that the number one, the Jinx? Yeah. Okay, there we go. So last but not least, whatsoever, is our brother Jeremy. Again, this is another incredibly knowledgeable dude. So these are great. Basically, what he said is, give us a gung ho on a smaller buck. The other one is just too big, and I love that. So the more that I keep seeing it, I'm I don't want to spend the extra money, but the classified gung ho just looks too fucking weird. As much as I'm saying that, I want the teal, the turquoise. I need the turquoise one. I need it. I need the thing. I need it with its. As much as I'm not long on the like sleeveless shit. Yeah, that's gung ho, and I don't know. So I think I need that. I think I'm looking away and just listening. Thought I had a gas leak. Right. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure. You guys were. I was waiting for JAJ to let me know. Both are at Ross for under 10. Oh, like you can get the heads. Is that what you mean? Oh, nice. I made us cut out goatees until yours can grow in, since we're in the darkest timeline. I do no, oh no, I do like the retro gung ho, Conrad. That's what I'm saying. So the more I look at it, the more I want to get it, right? So I originally bought the mainline version because the turquoise and he doesn't have sleeves, and I'm just kind of like, eh. But now that I have the mainline one, and then I kind of look at, when I kind of look at the retro one, I'm like, as much as like that turquoise is weird and everything, and it will look weird standing out amongst all this green and whatnot, I can't help but be like, yeah, I need that. I need that retro, brother, for sure. This week in Hearthstone, retro gung ho is one of my top 5 figures. Yeah, dude, I was looking at it. I was looking at it almost all week. There was one guy on Instagram that had some shots. He had weathered it. He had weathered that teal down just enough, and it looked very much like gung ho, exactly how you want it, but where it wasn't so clean and bright looking. And I'm gonna have to try that. I would even consider. I was actually thinking, man, I wish I could get. I had like somebody that lived close, so I didn't have to ship figures. I could have them just customize my shit a little bit because I don't have time to get good at it. Like I really want to get one of my orange alley vipers really touched up with some spots. I mean, listen, I know I can do it. I have to offload shit somewhere because I'm so busy. But yeah. So Jeremy coming in, his number 5 is an excellent shout. Get us a smaller gung ho, then we can all kind of get one. Make it in the main line, give him a bunch of guns. It'll be fucking sweet. So now his number 4 and number 3 are kind of the same idea, and I thought it was pretty cool. So how we have the retro version of the Viper and the retro version of the Televiper. Now, the retro Viper is very cartoon accurate. The Televiper one, I think, where the vest is open, it's definitely a little more cartoon accurate. And what he wants is those done in the retro buck, meaning or for the Python Patrol in a retro buck. So, as you know, I love my Python Patrol Vipers. So imagine that color scheme. And I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. I'm just going to. So the idea would be is taking this configuration and making it in this colors. So, you'd have this shit up here would be probably yellow, and, the gauntlets would be black maybe, but yellow incorporated on the belt. I love this figure. I think it's fucking awesome. It reminds me of like the same badassery of the orange alley viper. That's like, hey, I don't give a fuck. I'm over here. You can bring that shit to me, man. You don't even need to try and look for me. I'm going to make myself so noticeable that you're just going to see, I'm right here. You want it, you can get it. Let's go, bring it. And I feel like that these guys are like that too. And I don't know. I just think they're badass. I like the red battle mask with a little bit of yellow around the edge. All of this up in here. And again, I do like this. I like the configuration, so I think that's a great shout. So basically, what he said is, doing the Viper and the Televiper in the old configuration. Me personally, I definitely think that those retros are awesome, and they should probably do make the ones that he's saying exactly. But I don't know where they are. I must have them in the bag. But those OG the Televiper that comes with the Trouble Bubble is my favorite. It looks fucking awesome. I think I still have a retro Televiper that is getting slipped into a care package because I like the other ones better, and I'm not going to mix. I have the one that's carded. I love that I have that retro carded collection that's happening. But yeah. Why do they have goggles? And listen, what the goggles thing is, I tried to tell myself that, well, if something happened in the battle mask and they had to take the mask off, they would want the goggles so they could still see when they're fighting. But that's just stupid because they would have him in like a pocket. The helmet got fucked up. Those goggles, probably. It's it's insanity that only G.I. Joe can get away with because the line is so fucking awesome. So hell yeah. But that is an observation we've all made. Or version 4 Gung Ho with Play-Doh. G.I. Joe Customs has been doing something. OD Green Cobras. Listen. That dude G.I. Joe Customs is amazing. His Fairy Day Workaholic is he's on Facebook with that. And dude, I've been following him. He does the sickest fucking customs. His Alley Vipers, he's got that deep navy blue and black Alley Vipers. Now listen, he charges for his work. If you ask me, his work is worth even more money than he charges. But with shipping and everything, it winds up becoming, overseas shipping. It's expensive for me to get one. So yeah, I always told myself, that one of these days I am definitely gonna, and I even kind of mentioned it actually to one of my sisters, where I was like, yeah, if you guys, I don't know, maybe for Christmas, if you guys were pitching in, because I always tell my sisters to never get me anything, and they always wind up getting me something, and they are good gift givers, but I was just kind of like, yeah, if you wanted to throw it out there and get me a customized Alley Viper. That'd be the thing, though. I really wouldn't know which one to get from him because he's got so many insanely sick ones. His Destros, the Destros and Cobra Commanders that are in the suits, fucking forget it. No matter how cool you think that looks, listen, I'm telling you, if y'all haven't seen this, you absolutely have to go and fight on Instagram. It's G.I. Joe Customs with a Z. He's got like 20,000 followers. So if you're looking to, or if you're on Facebook, it's Ferry, Ferry, Day, DE or DA Workaholic. That's his name on Facebook. You've never seen, you're going to look and you're going to come back and go, bro, what the fuck? You ain't never seen no shit like that before, man. They need eyes to open the phone locks. Text visors defeat many forms of facial recognitions, among other sources. Oh, nice. That's great info, Anchor Viper. I love it. Nice. That's fucking awesome. Hell yeah. I love it. That's a fantastic observation, Anchor Viper. I love it. Always bringing the truth about Cobra. Man, I keep turning the pages on this. I keep losing it. All right. So Jeremy with a couple great ideas. So the Python Patrol Viper and the Python Patrol Televiper in the retro bucks. I think that's great. I think that's awesome and a really cool idea. I think it's safe to say Cobra doesn't trust third-party facial recognition software. Good theory. Fuck yeah. I love it. Great job, Anchor Viper. Oh, speaking of which, I hadn't gotten a chance because it's been so busy this week, but we're sending troops to TV Cobra. I mentioned it last week, and then I have something else that's a surprise. So that was Jeremy's number 4 and number 3. His number 2 is Tiger Force Flint on his retro buck, which again I think is another great idea. So everybody knows, fucking BJ Flint, BJ Card Art Flint. Basically, what he's saying is take this and make this bigger fucking Tiger Force. I can dig it. I can definitely dig it. I think it's good. And the more that I look at this, I'm like, oh man, I almost might want to open it. I think his backpack is dope. I don't know what it compares to. I think I did this last week, right? But I'm gonna do it again because I don't remember. Okay, yeah, there's a glaring difference in the vests and whatnot, without a doubt. If you all want to just take a look real quick. But yeah, so this definitely is much more accurate, right? Without a doubt. Flint Shapiro. Oh my God, you're right. And I do like this, but his face is weird, right? His face is definitely weird. This is definitely more Flint to me. But yeah. So I agree. Anything on this retro buck, but again, it's like these classified up ones. I don't mind them. The more I look at them, I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like this fucking beachhead. Like seriously, I have to open this sometime soon. This is just like a heavy duty beachhead, right? Now, I love that Night Force beachhead with the original is fucking sick. I love that one. But the more I keep looking at this, the more I'm like, yeah, that whole vest does beachhead justice. He's got the green, he's got the big fucking sidearm holster and shit. And then I was like, I can give him a much cooler, I'll probably, put some wash on that green, whatchamacallit, or better yet, I'll put that Alpha Commando backpack on him, and we're in business. That's Beachhead not fucking around. That's him with a lot more shit on his chest besides a bunch of Uzi clips. So I love that. I've come around much more to the classification of some of the things, but I'm also really digging how they are doing like a retro, which even though it may not seem like it's a big difference, it is. When you look at it again, you're like, oh, okay, I definitely get that. I like the Cobra Island beachhead. Aside from his guns, got some Valviverse. Yeah. No, the futuristic guns are kind of like, yeah, I'm kind of meh. The beret is fun, just another jerk. You're right. I think the Snowcat Flint head will make the retros perfect. Ooh, that's a great idea, Conrad. I love that. Just open Steeler and Short Fuse. How can they be standard grunt buck but feel like awesome brand new figures? Well, to me, that's the beauty of that, right? So I know a lot of our brethren here in the comments can instantly identify a figure of exactly what parts it is, and I just hope that doesn't ruin your fun in it, because like to me, just like how Rock says, all new to me. I don't fucking know. Every once in a while I'll notice something, but like, when they reuse like we'll get to this in a minute. The Grim Vipers, right? I couldn't remember. I was like, oh, that's not the Range Viper fucking vest. Where the fuck did they? I've seen that before, right? Have I seen it before? And it's the Saw Viper. I looked over earlier, and it's just the Saw Viper happened to be in one of the ones that I have in the package, still sitting there, and I was like, oh, right, it's the Saw Viper fucking buck, if you will, right, and vest and shit. So I don't see it like that. I don't right off the rip identify all that kind of stuff, and yeah, let me tell you, I didn't think I was gonna like these fucking Grim Vipers like I do. They're sick as shit. I don't know. Again, I'm not a huge fan of this scope. Anyway, I'll talk about this in a minute. So yeah, that was Jeremy's number 2. Is he went right for the Tiger Force Flint on the retro buck. Again, another great suggestion. His number 1, Snake Eyes version 1, but ultra all black. So now I don't have that one. But apparently, as Jeremy says, there is like some green hints and highlights, and just kind of like I think it almost looks like areas you'd see a little bit of weathering are green. That's no bueno. We need pure fucking Abyss black, like light sucking black, like so black that it's taking in the light from fucking around it, like it's a goddamn event horizon. That's the kind of black that I need by version 1 Snake Eyes. I think that was an amazing idea, and I really thought that was cool. So shout out to Jeremy for having. I mean, dude, you guys crushed it. All these fucking lists are amazing. Like when I was writing these down from the phone. So what I do when we have something like this and you all are putting your list and your stuff out, I am just bookmarking it as we go. And then like today when I'm just writing out my show notes and stuff, I go to the bookmark section and they're all right there, just so you know how that soup is made. So I think that it's super cool, and I love that you guys do that. And anytime you have a topic that somebody wants to talk about, hit me in the DMs. So here's what happens: if somebody made like Giant Man Size thing, great idea. He made a post about it, and then I tried to share it and say, hey, let's do this. And instead, I need them all one post. So if you have ideas, I want Iron Grenadier Range Vipers. Ooh, well, listen, that is a great idea, Tex. I want Iron Grenadier everything. I want an Iron Grenadier Alley Viper. I want an Iron Grenadier Techno Viper. I want an Iron Grenadier Tele Viper. I want an Iron Grenadier regular Viper, right? I want just about any kind of fucking troop builder that they have. I wanted an Iron Grenadier. I'd fucking buy it. So we can build up Destro's army for sure. Also, not Iron Grenadier. Oh, like I also, so that I love the 788 fire team. I almost wish that we could expand on that and have a whole support group. So like, you know, I've got 3 missile systems, and I almost feel like the Stingers pulling the missile systems could be all part of the 788 team, right? We've got a ground army, we've got missile systems, and then we can have like, you know, we have Televipers and the Techno Vipers doing all the, you know, they're building up the outpost, they're setting up communications, you know, they're like all of that shit. Like we could have 788 as the deadliest Cobra force, right? They've got the Hiss tank, it's the baddest crew. They've got everything that you'd need to set up a post and make an attack, or just smash and run. I don't know. I've always been obsessed since I got that fire team and the Hiss, and so I was like, oh wait, and the missile system. Oh my god, it's just been the coolest shit to me. Like I love Night Force, but that Hiss 788 team is fucking awesome, and I wish we could get a couple more figures that had that. Let's see. Undertow. Yes, just another jerk. Give it to us. Undertow and Targat. Let's fucking go. I have 1 Grim Viper coming. Had 9 figures in my pile. Loot from BBTS. Nice. That's a good score. Wow. What else did you get? Name it out. We should build a Discord. You know, I forgot another from my list. Dusty desperately needs another. Preferably cartoon-inspired deco. Did I not? Wait. Who was that? Conrad. Did I not say that? I did say that. Cartoon-inspired with the soft goods. Yeah, without a doubt. No stripes on his face with cloths on his helmet. Totally agree. Worth saying again, though. 100%. I really wish we had gotten some Iron Grenadiers and IG bats. There he is, Chris from Sis 3D Arsenal. Dusty, yes. So our boy Conrad had suggested that he wanted to have the cartoon-inspired Dusty, and you got to have the soft goods. You can't have Dusty without that little floppiness back there. That is one of the things that was weird and cool about him. So for sure. Did I miss my entry? Let's see. Rock, did I? So I knew I was. Oh, you know what, Rock? I don't think. Rock, did I not write yours down? I know I'm going to miss somebody. I was actually just saying I want to try to get it all. Rock, type it out and we'll talk about it. I'm sorry, brother. I honestly, I think there's 2 more people that like I looked and tried to find that I think put their list out there, and they're just not in the chat to defend themselves. I'm not sure what happened. Believe me, it's because sometimes what happens is there's people putting the stuff on Giant Man Size thing, and then I think Conrad had like a person or 2 that maybe I don't follow, so I don't really see it, that just they also did it's a lot to be silly for all that. It's all right. I wish there was a way I could go get that. If anybody, I don't know, I will gladly circle back if there's anybody else who could maybe grab that list and is interested in typing it out. Sounds like a lot of work, but I'd love you to death for it. Rock, I'm sorry, brother. I knew I was going to miss somebody, and like I said, I think there's at least 2 other people that I probably missed. I will do my best. So we'll try to have a centralized location, so that doesn't. I don't know how I fucking missed it though, or at least if you're doing it somewhere off of mine, maybe if I'm tagged in it, then it would show up. But anyway, I apologize. There's nothing makes me crazier than when somebody puts in the effort to do that, and I can't get in there. My loot was Desert Scorpion, and 3 of the 4 new releases didn't get mainframe, and some Valveverse Troop, a TMNT1, and Frosty the Snowman. Very good, very good, very good. But yeah, Rock. Even if I get it next week, I'll talk about it next week or one of the other times. That's super crappy. I hate to do that. So let's get to these new figures. I know This Week in Hearthstone has been waiting. I just looked. Only one from my comments was Clutch and Grunt and Retro. Oh, okay. So I know it. I think it was maybe not so much this time, but I thought it was arming Frosty with Valveverse. I love. Yeah, that's fucking sweet. He ain't taking it no more. He's not just a pile of frozen H2O. He's got feelings too. All right, so we are going to get into this new wave of figures. So I will be doing sci-fi and wetsuit next week because they're not here yet. They're not coming until Tuesday. And Doc because mine keep falling. Oh, there we go. Range Viper re-release. Who missed it? Oh yeah, no. Why did I not write that the fuck down? I think I do remember this. So Range Viper re-released for those who missed it, which is totally perfect. Dusty fix the hat. Yeah. So Range Viper for everybody who missed it, I would definitely wind up buying a few. That one that you sent me, brother, I knew I would enjoy it. I was like, the more I kept seeing it online, I was like, hey, I think I should probably get that. And it's fucking awesome. I absolutely love it. I'm still so blown away. And so is Ripcord. Ripcord is everything I was looking for and more. Thank you. Dusty, another shout for Dusty and to fix the hat. Totally agree. Naugahyde doesn't like the scars on the George Costanza head. If you didn't see it, Rock had a shot of it's his hair, right? Isn't it? Oh, it's his scars. So he's Naugahyde, it's scars on his head. And what it does look like is the George Costanza comb over. 100%. It's fucking hysterical. I love that. So yeah, Naugahyde is I only took him out of his package to look at it, and I had to slide him back in. I just didn't take it out yet. I actually ordered more of his art, his weapon, the bow and arrow, which I got a whole separate set, and it's perfect. So again, that's a great shout. We could fix that up a little bit, and then Cobra Trooper, right? So I know there's not a lot of them out there. There's people, I think it's selling definitely way above, not way above, but it's definitely above retail for sure. And I would love to have a bunch of those, right? If there's one of the troop builders that I think I only had 5, I say only, I have 5 of them. I think it's which one has the armband, right? That's 24. So 12 was the first one, and then number 12, and then number 24 was the second one. So Rock, that's a killer ass list, brother. Thank you for taking that time. I'm sorry that I missed it. Oh, and Doc, because mine kept falling. Right. I've only opened my Doc a little bit. I haven't tried to pose him yet, but I got plans for him, so I will get back to you on that. Found the post. All right, yeah, dude. You know what? Now that I'm looking at it, I remember you starting off with the Range Viper. So I'm not sure what happened when I went back to write it down today. I dropped the ball, brother. Thank you. There's and just another jerk helping out too. He's got nice copy paste. Fuck yeah, you guys are the best. John Spencer, he's a big Alf fan. Have all the ones they've put out. No kidding, dude. That is. Oh right, you know what? That's. I loved Alf as a kid. I thought it was a wild, crazy concept, and even as a kid, I was like, is he talking about eating those cats? He's talking about eating those cats. And they just ran with it. So, yeah, hilarious. Cobra Island still looks better for the Trooper. Yeah, absolutely. I think that they look amazing. I think how they did it is a perfect way to up the game I don't have one out here, but I got to be honest with you. I don't do enough shots with them. I could shoot them fuckers all day. I love that blue. I love the use of the Cobra blue. I think it's ridiculously awesome, especially when you couple it with the red and you have just that perfect shade of blue with the perfect shade of red. Forget about it. I know like the cartoon concept a lot of times is that comically bright colors I think are awesome. But yeah, CG Jet Trooper is great. I like the card back too, but was disappointed that the blue colors don't match. That is weird. That is definitely a choice. They could have hooked us up there. Although I think the idea is to make it more, so I always make a mess when I go up and I just grab shit. So this is a super dope figure, no question. But the blue does not match, and I think it's a poor choice that they could have made it so you can just build with all of them together. So yeah. Hope you're all Martian dude. What's up, brother? How are you? So yeah. This is badass. I think it's definitely dope. I like how they went back to using the just like the strapping and to make it like the retro. I think it's super sweet. I do like it when I love taking the helmet off. They all have that balaclava look and everything. But yeah, the cut of the side of the helmet, how they did all of these, really, really awesome. I love that it came with the retro little laser there. Yeah, man, really sweet. Oop, the clip came out. He's holding the clip. Oop, there we go. So yeah, comes with this big, that's annoying, big honker of a thing there. Trying to choose my words wisely as best I can. So if I sound weird, it's because yeah. So that is a crazy cool figure. But like you said, how they did the new one is just, let me see if it's over here. I just want to talk about it for a minute. Poor This Week in Hearthstone is like, let's get the fucking mainframe. All right. Too long. There's just bags and bags of figures over there. So we're going to move along. All right. Thank you everybody for the list. Rock, thank you for going back and getting yours. This is a great addition to it. It's absolutely. Oh, nice. Cletus has arrived. So this is our boy, Cletus of Cobra. If everybody, I know you all follow along, he's always taking those dope outside shots. He's got him on the Vegas Strip. He's got him in these beautiful desert sunsets. And then he recently traveled a lot, and he took some pictures of Cletus traveling. Absolutely amazing. So thanks for joining, brother. I really appreciate it. I actually spoke with him. Was that today? It was either today or yesterday. I've been so busy, I mix up the days. But yeah, so when I first started talking with my brother here, he was so gracious to kind of give me a nice little tour of his collection. He has a G.I. Joe collection. I mean, I think it's pretty safe to say, unlike any other one that I've seen. Between the comic books, the wide variety of figures that he has, I can't say enough. He's got, sealed, graded, I believe graded, of the coolest issues of the G.I. Joe comic book that you can imagine. God, I almost think he has one of the ones that might even be signed by Hama, but he's also got this massive Snake Eyes timber statue that is just fucking amazing. So I always, whenever I get a chance to talk about it, I always throw it out there that our dude has just the most amazing collection. So thank you, brother. We appreciate you joining here. Hope all is well out there on the left coast. So yes, the infantry is super dope, and hopefully, speaking of which, our boy Cletus of Cobra has been campaigning. First of all, I love it. His favorite figure of all time is the Stinger Driver. Speaking of what is the trooper kind of, I just love that he loves that figure. I think that is awesome. And the Desert Trooper, he has been campaigning to get a fucking Desert Trooper in there, and I couldn't agree more, brother. I feel like with things like the Desert Scorpion, we have the Desert Snake Eyes. Like, it's only a matter of time before they give us a whole bunch of these ones, right? Like they can't deny us. Like there's once they realize that there's money to be made in it, I think they will hit us off. So yep, Stinger Driver is the best. Listen, I mean I personally think it's an amazing figure. I love what they did in the classified. I think it's one of those ones where I look at the Stinger Driver and you're like, oh, that's just a perfect figure, right? Where, you have like this kind of figure that is extravagant in like all the ways and is a particular type of look. But when you think about G.I. Joe, one of the most to me, other than the obvious ones, like one of the most iconic like looks is the ones that are in, this trooper style, right? So when you take this guy, you basically take this and you make this look, a little bit better. Obviously, his chest rig is a little different, but like, listen, those colors are awesome. I love with all the stuff that they did with everything here. Again, you take that helmet off, it looks really good. The helmet's got that good cut, that little angle on the side. Yeah, hell yeah, I absolutely love it. So that's sweet, brother. And again, thank you much for popping in. We're just about to start talking about the current wave, which Sci-Fi and Wetsuit will be next week. But I did want to talk about this dude. So I know that it's Range Viper, head, backpack, but this is the Saw Viper chest rig. I don't know if you call it the buck or the chest rig, but it's something like that. Yeah, for sure. Oh, nice. Look at that. So Chris from Sis 3D Arsenal also agrees. I think you're talking about this Stinger Driver. Yeah, and it is. It's like I said, it's like a perfect figure. I love that they put the Saw Viper chest rig on there, and that it coincides. But listen, as much as they reuse this, it is kind of cool. It's kind of a good scale. It's it's got the little can on the bottom that I think is a good solution to not having a belt, right? You got to have it. These come from somewhere. So I think I really though, you're reusing the Saw Viper one. If you could maybe just, even if you found a way to like give me some kind of belt coming over there, I think that would send this figure like through the roof for me. But for real, this is pretty dope. The white, I don't know, again, G.I. Joe with the colors and how they get away with this shit. The white, the way that it goes with this, and then you got just a little bit of white here, I don't know. It works. Like I got it out of the package and I was like, whoa, this is pretty fire. Can't go wrong. I know you can't go wrong with a little one. So yeah. It's fantastic. My boy CG Horror said, kit bashing, like all heck. What I would like to do is I would like to pop some Joe heads on here, right? Because like all my green guys are all the Joes that I put with like the Outpost and stuff. And so I was kind of like, man, maybe I could get a different head on here, and just you could do anything over that symbol, and now you've got Joes. Because there isn't anything for Cobra that really looks like this, right? Like what, and I mean, I guess you could probably put them with some bats or something like that, and it would look all right. But anyway, I had a real good idea as I was talking earlier for the shot that I'm going to do with the bar for Moe's Mine. I'm going to have some foliage in it, so I might imagine a tree line with a couple of guys just kind of hanging out like this, and you're kind of looking down as like an Overwatch. You can't really, and the one thing that I really like about this mini thing is that any day now. No, it kind of fell out. Is that the pose? You can strike with like the head turn, and you seeing him doing it. It's really dope. Now I am gonna stand up and grab something really quick because it's not totally done, but I love the way that it looks. So I am gonna be making the most ridiculous, awesome Alley Viper shot, because everybody knows how much I love the Alley Viper, and I've had something in mind. Now I don't know how. I customized one of these, so I bought a few of them, Now, that doesn't look weathered. It just looks shitty because the paint wasn't taken to it even with a primer. But I don't know about y'all, but I think that looks fucking awesome. And so I had gotten a Gridiron Gatling gun for the Trench Viper. And I have to admit, I was a little, I don't want to say underwhelmed. I just expected it to look a little bit bigger. So when you look at that, anybody see what I'm talking about? So this is cool. Don't get me wrong. It's very detailed. It's got the belt. All right. The backpack is, if it's just ammo in there, you don't really need nothing. Although I would love if it had some accoutrements. Hit me off with a little something. And it does. It's, And what I do like is it's got the thing back here. So I could actually make the front spin. So if I just went like slightly out of camera and I was taking a video, see how I could, I don't know. It's all cool. And I do really enjoy the way that it looks. It looks sized to be able to wield it. But we're G.I. Joe. Who the fuck's looking for that ultra realism? Give me this big hanging dong that is just dope as fuck. So, yeah. More like a cult instead of Legion of Troops. What do we got here? Opinion. Range Viper is only one guy akin to Scorpion and Wire Weasel, not a troop builder. So it's funny that you say that. I also feel that way. I would have to say, so when I got this dude here, my thought is that this is the leader of my infantry, right? So I have all like the number 12, number 24 blue infantry guys, the number 37 troopers. They can all walk in formation behind this badass mofo right here, right? This is a dude that, is ready to throw down. I had to give him the gun that it comes with is actually pretty cool, but I had to give him this fucking badass bad boy right here. Oh, geez, listen to me. I keep saying it. The what he actually came with is fine. But yeah, so Cletus to Cobra, I am agreeing with you there. More of like a cult instead of Legion of Troops. Yes, very good. Very good. Reminds me of Chuckles comic where the guy with the skull faces. Oh, yeah. I think coincidentally, I think I've seen those panels recently. Leading all the Cobra Blues as well. Yes, that's it. So we all kind of agree on that there. Now, don't get me wrong. If I ever came across an opportunity to buy a handful of them at a reasonable price, I would consider buying a few of them, and they would lead individual things. But having him be the dude in front, that coming through, and everybody else behind him is absolutely 100% where I'm at with it. I fucking love it. Yeah. So again, the Gridiron set is nice, definitely, because I just wish it was a little bit bigger. So yeah, the Grim Viper is dope. It's just, I can't help but it looks like the Joe, right? Is there, my comic book guys, is there something that's got, where this deco has precedent, where there's like, they had, even if it was just for the tiniest bit of time, something like, for some reason that they had, this crew, or they had this guy leading a pack, as like kind of as we're talking about. Because I could see, I don't know. So I will be slipping one of these into a care package. I usually try to work in the ones that have the the ones that I can get like a good deal through Pop On or something like that. But this, I don't know. Like I said, I had accidentally ordered 2 additionals. I was only going to get 2, and I wound up getting 4. And so instead of just returning it, I'm going to probably give one of them away. So, oh, and everybody keep an eye out. I'll get to all that in a hot second here. Can you work them into Python Patrol? Oh, Jesus. Yeah, absolutely, Chris. Done deal. Bang. Done deal. They are Python Patrol all the way. Yeah, some of it. No. No, brother, you nailed it. Absolutely. Holy fuck. You've solved it. You've solved it for me. Now I have, Oh, geez, now I want all four. No, I think it's absolutely perfect. And you know what I could probably do is get if I just put into the camo a little bit of yellow, or maybe even like I don't know if I'd want to mess with the vest, but like maybe onto the gun or maybe onto the knife holster. Bang! What a great way to get my hands in on customizing something without having to go too crazy. Just touching up a little bit, putting a little bit of yellow on there. Oh fuck yeah, Chris! That is freaking awesome, bro. You just made my day. Now I know exactly where they were going to go. Because earlier, I don't know if you were here earlier, I was talking about, well, geez, maybe I could just put a G.I. Joe head on there and cover up that Cobra symbol, and then I would have what I was looking for. Awesome. Now it's a done deal. Welcome to Python Patrol, boys. So, this week in Hearthstone has been super patient. We are about to get to it. Mainframe. Let me clear a little space. You know what? I have to get. I have to get a plastic bag because all this, I will lose all of his gear. Give me 1 second to get a bag. All right. There we go. So I kind of mentioned this earlier. Let's see, did I miss anything? Oh, Chris, I'm still so blown away about the Python Patrol. Some of them have some green tape. Yeah, just a little bit of some yellow, I think. And oh, man. Awesome. All right, here we go. So let me move this out of the way so I can kind of push this down a little bit. Y'all can see. All right, that looks good. Hopefully the lighting, maybe I can move. Hold on, I could probably move this a little bit closer and get right. There we go. That's it. Oh, gentlemen, I gotta go. Oh, nice. Happy trails for tonight. Thank you so much for coming through, brother. I appreciate you. I will talk to you tomorrow, my dude. All right. So as a kid, I loved Mainframe. I loved his figure. I loved his. It's an all-time figure for me. I loved his gear. I loved that he. I felt like and I said this on Destro as my spirit animal. If you remember that he came out at a time where computers were now we take it for granted. Like I am talking to you right now through a supercomputer that I carry around with me everywhere I go. So, but back then, you guys remember it was a big fucking deal. So it was like Mainframe was he wasn't just like a guy who did communications or transferred information. It was like he himself was the goddamn communications hub, right? That homeboy, like without him in the field, you weren't getting the information you needed being relayed from the flag, right, all the way out into the field somewhere, and then he's able to receive those signals because he's there with his super awesome computer tech shit, right? And now all that's simple. You would have now all anybody would have to have is something small like this attached to their belt, and they literally have the world's worth of information right at their fingertips. So what I thought I felt like Mainframe was like, again, I don't know why I wasn't like super into computers or anything. I don't know why I was so like this, but I definitely 100% was like, without Mainframe, they would never be able to get the drop on everybody. They would never know when anybody was coming. This figure is dope. This figure is dope. Hold on, I gotta look at it. Oh, hold on, I gotta put my glasses on. Oh my god. So first of all, he's got service wire looped and ready, which is amazing, totally amazing. One of the more notable things about what I remember about the figure as a kid is the silver pieces up here on his fucking torso rig. I love that. I love this little color here. The gloves are perfect. Knee pads are perfect. They look like legit. You know, I don't know if you guys remember that game SOCOM for fucking PlayStation 2, but those dudes in all the art for that, they always had those very distinctive knee pads. All right, so we've got the strap. I love the little strap that they have for the chest piece here. I'm trying to think. There's the police officer has a similar strap where you actually slide that in, and the thing goes right in there. So if you look, it is super cool. It's got the little flap on it there. He looks spot on, only slightly moderate updates to the OG fig. Correct, Big Red. It is sweet tits, as I like to say. So now I got to figure out what's what with all this stuff. So let me set him down. Oh, the boots. The boots are pretty nice too. Yeah, man. This is the shit. So he's got this little side pouch here. Our boy, This Week in Hearthstone. Are you getting busy with yours right now as well? So I'm trying to figure out what this holster is for. That's too small. Okay, so this thing goes on the hose. Is this it though? Like what in the? No, because the hose would go in there. What is this for? All right, I'm gonna take a break from that for a second. Look at okay. Talk to me. Ooh, This Week in Hearthstone opening now. All right, so I like that he's got both. Ooh, little collar on the back of the backpack. I'm a sucker for something like that. So let's slide that in here. Now, there always is some kind of something where, they have the back of the strap right there, and it's like, I hope you gave me an extra long peg. And it's kind of in there. So it looks like there's a little indent on the side here for something maybe. There's this, okay, knife goes in the sheath. All right, so I've got these two extras. It looks like this does go in there. Okay, so this is what goes in there. It looks like it is a hauling. That's what this little piece here says. So it is, okay. So it's like a sat phone. This thing right here is an antenna stuck down and attached. There's two little pieces right there. The light, I got the lighting on. There we go. I have to move it back so you can see. Lighting is shit. I got to fix that. So yeah, it's looped over. That is awesome. That is a great detail. That's fucking so good. Yes. Just another jerk. The backpack looks so over to the original. I'm about to crack the shit out. And I love that even in the world of wireless everything, I love that they gave him the corded backpack, because I don't know about y'all, but that was one of my favorite fucking parts. I loved how awesome that is. Now, hopefully, am I not putting this in the right space? Because that don't want to go in for nothing. Yeah. Don't do me bad. I'm trying to show you off to the neighbors. All right, here we go. So let me get this in on this end. That's going to be the back. All right. So let me see. That is pretty cool. And I think that's the back, so it should probably go in his hand like this. I know. I should always have some hot water here, especially for hands. And if I'm trying to do some shit like this, I just don't. Uh, okay. Okay. All right. So this, which is like that cordless wireless sat phone, goes in that holster. Now, oh man, fuck. This is awesome. And then a perfect update, you know, to what he came with. He came with it didn't the original one didn't open. But it did look a lot like that. Wow. Wow. Holy shit. I don't know, dude. I am like, oh. Now, I know it's because I was such a big mainframe fan to begin with, obviously, but this is just like all of a sudden, it's still 2025, so it's not too late for fucking figure of the year here. Now, I'm going to go with this one first because this is how I remember mainframe in terms of a hat or a helmet. Ooh, damn. Oh, God. Guys, this is, y'all. What? Yes. Okay, This Week in Hearthstone saying the same thing. Yeah. What? Oh, my God. This is so like the original. And with, just like Big Red said, just the perfect amount of update to make it look fucking perfect. So let me see if I can get it. Look at the helmet. So you can see it just for contrast. The helmet rocks, but the cap and mic is so good. Yeah, I'm going to check that out. Yeah, but this, when I look at this, all right, so what I got to do, what I have to do now, just because I think it's so damn accurate, is get, okay. Oh, that's right. He had this big hunk of burning love. Wow. Wow. What? I mean, so his gun is obviously a little smaller here, and they've got just a like a 45 caliber service, perfect. Uh, just enough uptick. What I actually like too, if you look, at his chest belt, he has stuff going all the way down. They don't have all that there, and I think it looks cleaner. It looks better. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they actually chose to not put something on there, and I love it. Oh, yeah, because it kind of looks accurate. They have where it's overlapping or whatever, or more like realistic. So the arms, the sleeves rolled up, nailed it. So the backpack is actually a mirror image, and they do have the. Okay. Is that coming on the side? Am I missing something? Okay. So I'll turn it around. Bingo bango. Yeah. Huh. I'll have to think about it. But I definitely, in case you didn't notice, right off the bat was like, oh, it's still 2025. This motherfucker. I mean, there's so many other good figures that I don't know. Oh wow, you know what I just noticed too? Man, maybe Darklon and this dude should be running in Python Patrol. Darklon's personal bodyguards? Huh. I don't know. I like the Python Patrol idea better. I think they fit in. So I I do. I don't want to be a prisoner of the moment, but I do want to like say this is my favorite one of the year. This is amazing. it's just perfect. It's perfect in every motherfucking way. I love the I love this little. I haven't. Hold on. I gotta put my glasses back on. Yeah, it's just a nice little. It's chromed, right? Just like his stuff that's up on his chest looks a lot like that. It's almost like the thing that was right down here on the other on the river fair. They put it up here in his chest where he could use it. Where does this hose go after the backpack? It is the little phone looking thing. So there's two things that look a lot alike. There's this one right here, which is a sat phone with the wire pulled over, and then boom, that goes on this side right here. And then this thing is just it's a little phone looking mamma jamma. Oh, there I popped it out so you can see it. Let me move that over so you can get we get the light in there. I keep trying to move this, so I know how I have to have the light like super close to it. So yeah, and this is what it was like in the original, which I'm ashamed to say I don't have the hose. I haven't found it for anything resembling a reasonable price, so he's going to be hoseless until something gives there. Now I think I'm supposed to have it in the other hand because he's got the thing comes out of this side, but it is it is so cool. And I don't know if you can see it, but there is a little like a graphic on the inside there. And just so now I'm holding it up to like his face, like look at that. Awesome. Yeah. Photo time incoming. I gotta get him next to his boys Breaker and Dial Tone so they can do some tech talk. Uh, oh, you found it. Oh, good. I know some people want GI Joe to move forward, but I'm so glad they got over that video game style updates that we saw in the first 5 figures or so. Mainframe illustrates this perfectly. Absolutely, absolutely, Chad. I couldn't agree more. That and it's such a good thing. They heard what people were saying, right? Like they definitely, they couldn't deny that fan feedback had something to do with it, right? Um, absolutely, absolutely. So, yeah, this is incredible. I know I should probably move on. Um, I just can't stop looking at it. I'm so blown away. I want to take pictures of it. Like right now, I want to start taking pictures of it. I really enjoy the laptop. I think that is a cool little thing, and I'll probably wind up using it. Like sometime I'll have like a Cobra dude in the background using it for something because the graphic, if I look at it, it's got there's what looks like window tabs. There's like a big caution triangle, and then just some more like longer kind of tabs to click. So very cool, very cool. I don't want to be too prisoner of the moment and start spewing off all kinds of stuff. Does this go in there? I keep looking at this. This week in Hearthstone, do you see on the backpack there's like this little indent? What does this go in there when he's not using it, or what? That can't be just an accident. Like that's got to be something. I tried. Yeah, I don't know. So what I did too is because, of course, as I've said before, it would be destro of me unless I 100% arm everybody. Okay. I haven't been able to separate it. This is what I'm fucking with. That's my gridiron guns. That's not all of them. Oh, there we go. The MP5. That should work. So now, that's the thing. Oh, it does. Okay. Look at the back of this. Oh, yes. I was worried for a second there. Oh, yes. 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 So now
So there, this is what we're looking at. Now, something that's weird is you see how tippy that is? Because they made the back of it the heavy part. When you'd want to do it the other way around, you'd make the screen that to sit up the lighter part. They didn't. They made that the thicker part. So that's so like look at that. Oh, that blows. So I have to have it, like almost leaning forward, to get it to sit right. You know what I'm saying? That's a little weird. Anyway, let's put a gun in our dude's hand. I think this little oh God. He's got typing fingers. So if you've seen it, you'll understand why this is. I I think I don't know if I didn't push it in there enough, or that's just going to be loosey goosey all the time. Uh, nope. You know what? So figures that have something big like this, you almost can't put the gun in the other hand because you can't reach across it. You almost have to go like this, and then pray my dude's hand can get across. There we go. Oh, look at that. The gun comes right off, actually. All right, well, that's not what I wanted to have happen, but okay. Which further makes them even more accurate. But let me see if I can just get this pose. Oh my god. Y'all don't know how my mind will not go and not move on until I can get this rocking real quick. All right, there we go. So our dude even looks tough and battle ready. Put a nice little, smaller sized weapon because he's carrying all this other gear. It's silenced. He's trying to just get in, hack this motherfucking system, kill a couple troopers on my way out the door for good measure. Yeah. So, yeah. Let me see. Catch up to these comments here. Oh, pew pew, perfect choice. MPU 7. Yes. Uh that's fucking great, Matt. That Sys 3D weapon rack keeps them in a bin, right? Yes, Chris. Hopefully, we got something you're thinking about that. I know. The last time I spoke to Chris, there was an Alley Viper. I saw Chris on Figure Fight Club, which was a wonderful interview. They talked for a while. I think was it 3 hours? I know it was at least 2 hours. It was a while. It was really really good. And I know that it was either on there or afterwards you talked about. I think you did say it on there that you were going to be doing some Alley Viper gear, something to hold shields. Whoa, can't wait. Yeah. Laptop something about and oh god, there was something else. Yeah. So that'll do. The MQ7 cracking me up. A little loosey, like that thing is kind of loosey in there, which is probably fine. But if I, yeah, all right, that's not bad. And that has stayed on actually not so bad since the first time it fell off. So yeah. Nice. Mm-mm-mm. Yep. Real sweet there. Metal yellow, first red. Laptop fix on the backpack? Whoa, what? Oh my god, is it going to the bottom? Get out. Get out. Get out. Oh my god. Oh, no. Oh my god. Yeah, this is probably going to be my figure of the year. Holy shit. Yes. Yes. Y'all know what I say about that. I want everything. I want everything to be able to load up and load out. Look at how dope. Wow. Look at that. What should he sit on? The laptop. Oh, dude, yeah. Okay, so ketchup and mustard. Ooh, that's it. That's it. Chris from Sister Arsenal. He's got to have his ketchup and mustard. My dude likes hot dogs, and you can't have a hot dog without some ketchup and mustard. I love it. But that is also funny, Matt. What is he? What can we have him sit on in the back of his fucking laptop? Uh yeah, dude. What a super badass figure. Um, they never made a computer guy look so fucking cool. I mean, Dial Tone is an excellent figure, like breaker for like these kind of computer. This is they ain't this. This is fucking. Oh, nice. What's up, Dagon? Glad you popped in. You going to see the Bee Gees? Oh, that sounds awesome. Well, my best to the missus and you as well. I hope you guys have fun. I appreciate you popping in. I just opened and assembled mainframe. This is a gridiron gun, but otherwise, that's he comes with all this. It's all pops together. Pretty amazing. So, wow. I think I moved this light to make it see better, and I think it wound up taking away. So, yeah, there you go. You can definitely see a little bit better over there now with that light. Uh Amazing. I can't stop. I can't stop looking at it. I think it's incredible. And the helmet is so good. So just for good measure, I'm gonna pop the head off. I'm always so nervous whenever I do that. I feel like I'm definitely breaking it. I'm like, there's no way I'm not breaking it. There's no way I'm not breaking that. Hmm, hmm. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Besides, there we go. Okay, okay. I that I I like that better than I thought I was gonna. It's pretty sick. I knew it was gonna look pretty cool, but I think that's extra. That's better than I thought it was gonna be. Fuck, super cool. All right, now we're just gonna go one last one last step here. What do you think, Anchor Viper? Is Cobra worried about the addition to the Joe team? More communications, guys. Is this a threat? Oh, there. Yep. Uh, uh, I love uh uh using two on figures. I like a lot of these shots where one is just kind of pointing up like that and the other is, so yep. Uh Pretty stoked. Well, that really this particular one that he comes with is very nice. It actually is. Oop, if I can hold on right here. Uh Now I don't know for my dudes, does anybody know? Does that look like it came with anyone? I don't think it does. Now that GI Joe has a Tele Viper. It is, right? It's the Joe's answer to those pesky Tele Vipers, especially them Python Patrol ones. Yeah, yeah. All right, awesome. So while I have the camera down, I'm going to show off a few other things. I'm gonna kind of hop right into that. So yeah. Anyway, I have to say, kind of sort of figure of the year type shit right there. Um, I am. Because normally when I show these, they are looking like a different way. blah, just in case you've missed it before. I mean, first of all, they just look totally awesome. Look at that. Every time I take this off, and I even just looking at it through, the screen, it just looks so awesome. The way that light kind of shines off the top, and these are, if you haven't gotten any of these type of things, look at how fucking cool it is. If you haven't gotten any of this stuff from Chris, you definitely have to go take a look. And I'm sure there's something in your price range that you can find, because once you get like something like this, and you've taken a photo with somebody pulling one out, you know what I mean? You're gonna be like, oh wait, I need more of this. It is the coolest shit. Uh, and so this is all mass device colors, which is just amazing. Look at that electric blue. And I've always said this before. I think I just took my flashlight up today to actually charge, and it's got like there's like that spiral helix, that double helix going through there. Just amazing. All the little detail, like little things like on the side there, can't beat it. And I love how it's just an abbreviated version of the Cobra symbol. Like he didn't try to go too small. I just think it's fantastic. More mass device. I mean, how else are you going to store your mass device chemicals that came with what is it? Breaker, the divers, and Snake Eyes, polar bear. I always forget that one. Yep. How else are you going to store it? Unless you got a turbo thing like this. Absolutely awesome. Yeah, Snake Eyes and polar bear also high up there on the figure of the year cup. Now these recently I love the colors, and I have been putting it in like the background as if Destro is using this is my new where we source our stuff, from Mars Industry. And I particularly really enjoyed these. I think these are incredible. Um and I had commented, I was like, oh, I love how, you know, that you didn't try to do something with the big, like the dagger, because this has so much more detail and it looks perfect. And actually he had pointed out that these things on the side is basically the hilt of the dagger. So I mean that's just incredibly genius. And I every time I look at these, I'm always like, damn, that was really fucking cool of him. I absolutely love these. Having Destro, like I tried this the other day, but I didn't have time to complete the shot. But I'll just say it was some Iron Grenadiers carrying this stuff like right next to Destro, and it looked incredibly sick. So yep, and again, just go. You got to go take a look. You know, you think a barrel. You don't know how cool a barrel works with something until you have it, and there's like a figure standing next to it, and you're looking, and it just changes the dynamic of everything. And what is good about all of these different things that they have over over at sistersarsenal.com is that there's just a wide price range of things. Like, a couple of these little, just even this, just these two things standing there with stuff going around in the background is it's pretty awesome. And I do it's hard for me to show you the whole of it without making a full shoot out of it, but I am just going to kind of pop these out real quick. I I think it's the next one. So, Civil Unrest Part 2 will showcase these beautiful things. The police officers will be getting ready, getting their gear and equipment out of here. I just think they're all such neat and clean prints that you just I just have so much fun with. Honestly. um Lockers like this, we've got all kinds of gear that those officers came with, that we're gonna have spots, we're gonna have the whole thing set up. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be just like a section of a police station. I tell you, it kind of sucks having to be so worried about every little word that's coming out of my mouth. I feel like I'm stammering all the time. So yeah, this is the cool stuff. Now I am gonna talk about some other stuff, but I'm just gonna put it back up for now. So yes, uh, if you don't have any Sys 3 Arsenal stuff, go over, check it out, get yourself some. Uh, Christmas is coming, you know. I, Treat yourself, get yourself a little something after you've taken care of business, of course, obviously family first, but get yourself a little something. These are perfect like stocking stuffers. You could go all out and and fill up a whole scene worth of stuff. I've looked a couple times and done the math. There's like you could spend, not a lot of money to get a bunch of shit that looks really awesome that could just change everything you're taking. And like, so some of the new stuff that I talked about last time is, it was two things. One was the Alley Viper get up. The information was mostly that it's going to be something to hold the shield, right? So if we're going to have them up, something to put the shield in and I think that's perfect because I've had this at two different Alley Viper shots in my head for a long time, and one of them involved some kind of like an armory looking thing, and I would have to have something to put the shields up on. But I had this one idea where it was just this little thing that if I stuck the shields together, you wouldn't see it back there, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted something to look right, so I'm super excited to see what he gets going with that. And then there was, and I'm ashamed to say, there was one other thing that he said that it was, oh, Major Blood, yes, and Chris, I don't think I actually confirmed it with you, or you mentioned it, whether the Major Blood was going to be um, black and red, like the Hiss crates. So this is the Trooper. Oop, every time I turn on the side, something comes out, but otherwise this stuff. So I'm missing some of the guns that's out on the guy, but just how super awesome clean that is. Very sweet. So all kinds of different colors, all kinds of different stuff. And that to me are like, you could it's the perfect complement to a couple figures standing there. And like, so, and if you wind up with something like that armory setup where they're just straight down the line, yes, choose your own adventure. Correct. That's exactly what it is. You're making it, you're like, hey, this is what I want it to look like. Now, if you're, not somebody who's in a position to like, where I'm just super lucky with the space that I have. I can make these dials to like take shots with and make even simple things like just big boards that go in the back and whatever. But I don't know if you've ever seen. Listen, I love taking. Chris does amazing pictures of his own stuff. I don't know if you've ever, when you're looking when you go to the website and you're looking at some of these pictures that he has of the stuff that's like in the foreground, the floors, the walls, the doors are all his stuff as well. So if you go looking through the website, you're going to see he sells the floors and pieces and sections, and the walls, pieces and sections. I know there's even one thing that just there was like three different panels that went together, and one of them had a Cobra symbol, and it's just a perfect thing that you could put three figures on, just to even show them off where they're like posed, not necessarily in a scene, just like something dope to put them in front of and just take pictures. So that I am trying to figure out where in the studio right over here, I think that I can just have a small booth that like, I say small booth and I'm going like this, something that's big enough for me to just go over and take pictures on. Like the lighting's going to be set up. I'll have stuff right there. And then if I do in a really big dial, I'll set up sawhorses and the plywood. But I'm trying to consolidate the areas because the basement remodel is ready. The kids are going to be down here and over on that side, and I just can't have this big thing set up all the time. So over here, I'm going to make do with the space that I have, and part of that is making everything as neat as possible and stuff like that. So you get uh damn, there was something else that I was going to show. I think yeah. So you know sys3darsenal.com is oh yeah the armory setup. So that whole locker setup and everything, the floors, the wall, you can create like the coolest looking thing. And also, you know, he has I can't think with the 3D printing files. Oh my god, I don't know why I can't think of the actual name. STL file. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. You can download his stuff and print it out if you got your own printer. I've done it. I printed out like some gun racks that I spray painted, and it was cool to kind of have just a bunch of different ones that I liked. But I I came to the conclusion that I don't make it look anywhere near as good, and that I like his stuff. So definitely look into, again, like I was saying, I have all this room to build these sets. But if you don't have that, right, and you don't have space to have something set up, it's all very modular. You can build an entire room, all the floors, all the walls, and put all the different stuff that you want in it. You can take, it's a Cobra base if you put all the Cobra stuff in there. It's a Joe base, put all the Joe stuff in there, and it all can come apart very simply and go back down into a small box and move it out of the way, right? And if that's how you have to do it, yes, you're going to build your little play set, you're going to fucking play with your toys, and then you're going to be able to put it away. And I love that. I think that that's perfect. There's those shots that he has where he's got the camera down in the set, and you're looking across and you see there's like the table in the foreground, they've got some stuff on it, and then there's like all the stuff that's in the background. It's just, yeah, absolutely amazing. So if space is that kind of issue and you want to have like the coolest fucking setup that you could just take pictures of, and it's going to look like you've built this whole room, when in reality you've just put these pieces together, and it's awesome. So that shit is dope. You definitely want to go check it out. Sis3darsenal.com. I believe he's probably got stuff on the Etsy. I think still that might still be up, but just go right to the website, which is gorgeous, by the way. It's very clean and neat, and you have a lot of different products that come in varying colors and stuff. And I found it to be not overwhelming, right? You ever go into a restaurant and they've got like a book for a menu, and you're just like, I don't know what the fuck. I can't even read this for 2 seconds. It's daunting. So considering Chris has so many different things to offer, I found the website to be very easy to navigate. And I say this as I'm an old guy that never liked looking on the internet for shit, and so if it's not super easy, I am like, I can't do this. And it's a great website with a bunch of great stuff on it. And Chris is a great dude, so you should definitely go check out what he has. You got something in your price range. Buy yourself something for Christmas, right? For sure. Now I always usually jump right into, everybody saw we've got something great coming with the Atlas. I'm just gonna take it right now. Show real quick how good it looks with these police officers in this color. So the more that I keep messing with this and the cops, it looks so much like a police officer, vehicle. So this bad boy is just my dude's magnum opus. There is like a lifetime of choices on every single detail in here. And I honestly, the more I look at it, I'm always so fucking shocked at that this didn't take them years. Right? I mean, granted, I don't know much about the process other than I can't do it. But I know it ain't easy. And so with all of the details that are in here, I just think it's just crazy. Like, perfect. And I love that I'm actually able to do OG Shockwave like this. Something else I've been messing with too. I got one of those gridiron berets, and I think Shock. Oh no, I dropped it. I think OG Shockwave about to get a little blow up. I didn't do it in Civil Unrest Volume 1, but when he gets out in the field, when he's commanding the 5-0 here, I think he's gonna wear the beret. So, yep, these look amazing in here. I don't know if I've shown you guys how cool they look when they're sitting in here. The seats are like perfect. Now, I don't know if you ever try to fit a classified figure into any of the seats. They don't all sit like that, like at all. It's money. It's absolute money. That's like design excellence. Like, holy Mary, Mother of Lord. How awesome is that? How awesome are these freaking police officers, right? Oh, speaking of which, Chris, I forgot to DM you about those heads. We got to do that. Was that a week ago already? Holy Jesus, time is flying by. So, uh, again, I've shown it a few times, and every time I take it out and I look at it, I find new details that I think are incredible. Uh, and one thing I kind of felt like I don't show enough because I'm so busy showing like the back and everything is just how awesome the front is, right? Doesn't that look super badass? And it absolutely looks like something that you know the a police response unit would have, right? Um, I can even like all of a sudden in my head canon, this is water. They're coming through. They're getting people out of the way. Non-lethal by pumping them with fire hose pressure water, and I think that that's pretty dope. Shockwave will be leading the way. We'll be up in here running that water cannon. Oop, I lost his hat. And then when we get there, the police they're gonna bust out of the back because they all fit. Uh, and I'll be able to have gear set up by all the awesome luggage racks that are in there, which I had an idea of. I tried it the other day. How I'm gonna have some stuff hanging from it. It's gonna look incredible. The back is gonna be lowered. Oh, where's the tailgate? Oh, darn it. Well, Chris sent me this wonderful tailgate holder that goes. Oh, there it is. So this is one of what's going to be many accessories that come with this magnificent beast. So check it. Bang. So now I have an extended platform, right? The photos with guys standing on the back, like right here. I did one or two. I shouldn't ruin the surprise until I get one out there. But it just looks awesome. That's just fucking super dope. Yeah, water can do. Yeah, all right. You know what I'm saying? I think that with for this police response unit, I feel like it can work. This is super awesome, super awesome, and that's all. Ever since I had this idea, and I took the first one of these out of the box and like put it in the back, and I was like, oh, this is like exactly that. This is perfect, and that's one of the beautiful things about all the stuff that Matt does make is not only is it super awesome. I mean, just look at the door. The amount of hold on, the amount of detail and design, and I know you all have seen it, but it's still amazing. The amount of detail and design that goes into this damn door alone is just mind blowing. It's super awesome. And yeah, when you're gonna have some cops coming out of the back, ready to handle this civil unrest. So the beautiful thing is that this civil unrest is actually going to wind up becoming pretty awesome, I think, as the idea has evolved in my head somewhat. But oh yeah, so that comes on and off. Seats, four of them all the way around, totally and completely awesome. I've had the figures sitting and standing, and it all fit. It's all scaled so nice. Seating has got to be hard to get it right. Where every kind of figure that I bend their legs and I sit them down, it doesn't look all weird where the feet are like way off the floor and the dude's like leaning forward and shit. It's actually made like it's brilliant, and I wish I it's like when you get something like this, you you'll be so surprised at how much you can spend, how much time you can spend just simply looking at it after X amount. Because I've had this for a minute, and I can still every time I come down here, it catches my eye as soon as I walk in. It actually catches used to be the hiss, and now that I have this sitting out in that spot, I have it right here. So whenever I'm talking, everybody can see it. But dude, this is ridiculous. This thing it's taken over my eye, the catching of my eye from the hiss. Amazing. Amazing. And as far as photos, it's I don't know anything else kind of catches it because like you saw in Civil Unrest Part 1, you didn't even have to see but a fraction of it, and there was 10 dudes in the frame. You know what I mean? And you 10 dudes in the frame, and you still could barely see. It was like you couldn't even see above like this line right here. So this thing is sick. This thing is totally ridiculous. If you want to get yourself something that, again, the holidays are here, and if you want to, get yourself in on something, this is it. Now, I don't know if you had shipped anything recently, but the price of shipping is whoa, buddy. Okay. And that's just some basic stuff. I've shipped a few things recently and I can't express to you enough how unbelievably expensive it is. And that's just to ship small stuff. Now, if you're talking something as big as the Atlas, it's something as big as if you're talking about something as big as the Atlas, it's a lot. It's crazy. So it right now is free shipping is still in effect. So if you were thinking about this at all, now is the time. Now you also like if you have any questions about it, obviously, Matt, Matt is on Twitter. You can DM him there. If you wanted to ask me a question about the one that I have right here, if you wanted to see some pictures, like, oh, hey, can you just show me the how it looks with the whatever? Feel free. I'd be happy to send you whatever you want. I feel like I think I know this can sound crazy, but if you love taking photos and you have room to kind of have something like that, I think you should have it because when you start. So as far as an investment goes, after all this time of having it and shooting it and looking at it and talking about it, I still feel like it's new. So I'm still finding new things, right? It's not like oh, I got this and it was really cool, but I took some pictures and stuff and that's it. I moved on. No, I consistently I still get, and I take a fuck ton of pictures that don't come out, right? I'd maybe just mess with stuff. I may set up like two figures just to kind of like see what it looks like from this angle, or should I bother trying it from up here? And it's just insane. It's insane. It is, Matt, and I say this every week because it bears repeating. Matt understands and knows what it is when somebody, dials up and buys something like this from him because, you know, um he said, he's like, I know I have to earn that space on the shelf. And it really speaks truly to exactly the quality that goes into these products. They're all incredible. Now I will also show this off real quick because, and I say this all the time, it is the most bang for your buck when buying any kind of secondary stuff. So for what you pay for this, I feel like you get, I mean, just look at all of the detail. You get this huge one, belt fed, can right there, backpack holders, little mini shelves, and just look at that. Oh, and you can put people all on the top. Uh, there's a sandbag set on Amazon that's like $20. I know that sounds like a lot, but there's a bunch of them, and they'll lace the whole thing just enough to make it look right, or you can heavy bank like the front or the side. I actually think I bought 2 bags of it because I'm crazy, and it came out really well. But yeah, yep, that is the Outpost in Joe scheme, and the modular ability of things like this. You just take this off, boop, and you could get the bar in Joe scheme also and connect, and now you have this huge giant thing, and it's that simple. You see, I did it with one freaking hand, but look, it's that doesn't mean it's loose. That just means it's right. Yep. And there you go. So absolutely incredible product. Like I said, the care is in the quality, and it is killer. Um, so yeah, I can't. This is again one of those things where if you know, I know money and space are huge issues because it it always is, and and if it's something that's in your wheelhouse, then I suggest grabbing any one of those things. Now, just a reminder that he does have for my 118 scale brethren. Wait, is there a special camera I need, or can I use my phone or pictures? No, bro, you can use your phone for pictures. 100%. Yeah, message through SE is probably the fastest way to get me. Looks like something I don't want bearing down me on the highway. Yeah, right. Okay, so instead of hitting Matt up on Twitter, he's saying that you can get a hold of him in messaging through Etsy the fastest. That driver's area is insane. It is, isn't it? Isn't that awesome? The way that that rolls up and everything like that. Oh my god. My Nightforce Shockwave has the beret with the headset from Gridiron. Okay, okay. Uh, Chad, I can go back and show you that cockpit some more if you were interested. Just say that. Be like, yeah, man, I want to see that again. I'm sorry I missed your comment. I would have held it up and did a little more. So yeah, the way that it tips forward and the way that the door is open. So if you even just like take a shot of with the door open and the camera's out here like looking up into it, it looks so crazy. And I've gotten the little clear lights, so it lights up the inside and you could see up in there and take pictures. Forget about it. I have had Atlas stuff prepared to shoot for a minute, and I can't wait to get there. Civil unrest is going to be where it's at with this. So, yeah, absolutely. Um, good. Yeah, Rock. Listen again. You can message him or just absolutely. Like I said, if there's anything I see that you're interested in, I would be happy to take pictures of it, show it to you, tell you about it, everything like that. And as far as like, and I always like to tell the story because it's crazy. I dropped the bar down my stairs. Okay, this I think I'm pointing to it. I can't see the base, it's a Cobra base, and I had it out of the box. It was on top of the outpost was in a box. I opened the bar. I put the bar on top of the outpost box. Going down the stairs, I fucking fell and literally, whoop, like a cartoon. This thing went end over end down the stairs, smashed off my slab into my block foundation, and only had one little chip out of one little corner. I would have, if you told me that you were going to throw this thing down the stairs and that it wasn't going to break, did I want to bet you on that? I would bet a minimum of $50 that it was definitely going to break way more than what the person would be telling me. So it is fucking absolutely gorgeous. So for sure. Uh Albo, what's up, brother? Albo Army in the house. And get a tripod with flexible hand. Yes, yes. I need more shelf space, brother. I got it. I'm with you on that. Um, but yeah, so Rock, that's interesting. What would you? Is there anything that caught your eye, Rock? Was it that the output? I mean, you got to go look. Oh, and the Merc. Where the hell is the Merc? Hold on. Yeah, this ain't getting through. So the Merc. This is what I'm talking about. Again, all of all of Matt's stuff, he's got a wide variety of colors. And if it's a bit, if he can get the color, he will get it. He will get it for you. I don't want to, obviously within some kind of reason. I'm sure there's things that are a little more harder than others, but yeah. So this thing is crazy cool. I remember when I had a look at the very first one. He was I think this one. Well, this was the first one, right? Or I think there was a mock-up or something. Anyway, I was like, yo, that's amazing. One of the coolest parts to me is this right here, is the rope. It's not just like perfect material and everything, it's the perfect length. So it like my guys can grab it, pull it up a little bit, makes it look realistic, getting it on there. Yeah. This is amazing. Absolutely, absolutely. Uh, what else we got here? You cannot go like it's a perfect size. The propeller, it moves. It the person sitting here holds this at the right height, right? It's not like up here and they don't have to stretch down. Like those are all things that you have to get right in order for it to work. And yeah, Cletus a Cobra, the boat from Missing in Action. Dude, this boat is freaking awesome. And they do Albo, he has a blue one. I asked for this in Joe colors because I wanted to put my divers on it, but he 100% has night landing colors for you. If you're interested in one, that's going to be it. I'm thinking maybe summertime when I can do some more outside photo water stuff. I'll probably be looking to invest in that for sure. But yeah, this is incredible. Like again, this is one of those things that for your money, you almost can't go wrong. It's really, really sweet. I love that fucker. I took shots of it. It goes so well when you have it everybody saw the when it was next to the outpost and stuff like that. So absolutely, absolutely super sweet. And again, you know, it's about supporting good guys too that are out here doing their damn thing. I know from both Matt and Chris that again they put a lot into it. When you get the products in your hand, you're like, oh yeah, 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 this is fucking sweet. Like this is awesome. So buy with confidence. I went and I got this bag. I didn't even put any of the mainframe stuff in here because it's so cool. Yeah, so uh, as Christmas is coming and you want to get yourself something, I would say you could start with either one of these places. Anybody, I mean, any of us can take toy photography. It's about setting things up, knowing what looks good where, and what angle to take the pic. Well, obviously, it's a lot of things in those regards, but getting stuff to put your figures into or have them carrying something, it is exponential growth in what you're taking pictures of, right? I mean, don't get me wrong. There's dudes like Arashikage Z that just takes a figure and puts it at the end of his coffee table, but he has all of the angle where the camera is, the distance, the posing, the lighting, and you're just like, oh, that's an amazing shot. Okay, so you're a great photographer, and then you can but me, I'm a crazy person, so I like having an entire immersive world where I'm telling a story with this picture, and I find that doing it with these kind of products is what makes it super awesome. Yeah, whale might lead to marriage. Oh, right, right, right. So hey, a HasLab whale. Listen, let me try to explain something to you guys. So if you've heard me talk about the local GI Joe guy that lives up around here. Now actually he lives a little north from me, but he's local. I got my deal on a bunch of those Python Patrol Vipers and stuff like that. He had a classified scale printed whale, and it was fucking enormous. It was also very brittle. He couldn't move it around a lot, but uh, it was like, however, just all right. So, think about all the different things that would need to be on there. Those depth charges in the back, the big space in the front for troops to come out of, the actual cockpit up on the top, the big soft good blow up thing around the edges, all of that. I just think about how much space you would need in order to make it look right. And once you have that idea of space in your mind, double it because it's so much bigger than you think it is. Meaning, like I was like holding it like this. It was like, I'm trying to think. It was like two Terradromes next to each other, right? If you the GI Joe 3 3/4 Terradrome is like, if you put like two of those together, it was like that. But it was fucking amazing. So it would be a lot. A Defiant would be furniture. I know that. I mean, to be honest with you, I felt like the whale. The whale was very Ottoman like. You know, not a recliner, not quite obviously a love seat, but an ottoman, kind of like an ottoman, very ottomanish. And so, uh, also, I'm trying to remember. I think he said that it was $800. That's what the guy charged for it. Uh, and he wound up getting 200 back because it, I don't remember, he shipped it in pieces and there was something, I don't remember, but there was something. So he did get money back because something wasn't entirely right. The dude was able to fix it to make it work, but that's why it was a little wobbly. It was literally just like a linchpin piece, that whatever. But it was fucking awesome. It was fucking really cool. I can't. It's just one of those things. Like I can't. I can say a bunch of words, but you'll have an idea, and I could go like this with my hands. But when you're when you're holding it, you're just like, dude, how big are we gonna get with this shit, right? Um, I think I would really like to see a Mamba. So I hmm, I think I wound up with the Mamba via a trade because the Mamba's propellers were fucked up. Like one of them was broken half, right? And then there was something else missing on the other side. And I think I remember trading. Oh my God. It was, and I'm not kidding, it was like half of a headquarters for it. I had like that front piece, and I don't remember where it was broke or what it was, but it definitely offered like a section of the GI Joe base, and I remember trading it for the broken Mamba, and like, and I remember the dude being like, "Oh hey, this is broke, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, it is, but so's yours. That's why we're trading it." And he was like, "All right, I should just ask my mom first because I don't want to bring something home." He's actually smart about it, freaking. And I remember I remember he called his mother from the house, and she was just like, "Yeah, I mean, if that's what you want, that's you can have it." And then that was it. Yeah, it was a legit trade. It was really awesome, and I was happy to have had that for a while. Um, damn. So yeah, very. I think the Mamba would be pretty cool, especially if it breaks off. I feel like anything that breaks off, especially like the Havoc, how the back would open up and that piece would come flying out. I think it would be pretty cool. Anytime you have something that can become two things, I think you're really getting something there. Kind of like how Matt's talking about, the back of the Atlas, right? How that whole back canopy part comes off. Well, he wanted to make something that you could put that onto, right? Like just something simple that when you took it off the back, boom, you just pop it on there. And then, you know, he talked about a more of a roll cage for the back. So like you can see in there, but you still have something that's there. You can put the backpack racks and the inside, the outside. You can just do a bunch of shit, and I think that that's pretty cool. Um, I think that that's great ideas. Um, I felt like I had another feature or something I wanted to talk about, but I've been trying to think about it for 15 minutes, and for the life of me, I can't. Um, yeah, I thought about opening more stuff because, like you've heard me say, I don't have time. So when I open up stuff on the show, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, no, this is cool. I can definitely do this. But yeah, we're closing in on 3.5 hours. I'm probably gonna wrap this up here a little bit. Yeah, if you don't have a police officer, I would suggest getting one if you can. I'm not saying that they're gonna be rare or anything of the sort, but it's just they're so phenomenal. Like look at just like the textured, shiny difference on the flashlight. He's got the chrome D ring. He's got a set of handcuffs there, and then he has another one that goes in that back open top case. This is for the baton, and this part right here, the top part of the walkie-talkie comes off. It's incredible. Um, I got to be honest. I feel like there should have been more buzz and this is me included because I didn't even really bring it up, and I kind of forgot when I made my list. This is should be a candidate. This should be a figure talked about as for figure of the yeah. Oh, nice. What? I got the mom at Goodwill when Goodwill was a baby. Oh my God, that's awesome. I'm looking at the island in my kitchen and getting ideas. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. We can eat off the top of a pterodrome. You just take the. I can make you something that you just So when we want to eat, we put this on top of the pterodrome. But for the rest of the time, it's the pterodrome. We don't really need an island in the kitchen. It's just So if you can, I would strongly recommend getting one, if not two, because they have the different heads, and you could have you got two guys. Um, I mean, they are $35. I haven't found it cheaper. As our boy Conrad would say, clearance chicken. Perhaps maybe somewhere along the way, everybody will get lucky with something like that because it is a truly phenomenal figure. And I feel almost ashamed of myself that after making such a big stink about all these other figures not getting their due for figure of the year, we went ahead and had this happen. So yeah, that's it's an amazing figure. I'm just wrapping up mainframe so I don't lose this stuff. An amazing figure, and yeah, yeah, I'm gonna think about it for another day, and before I actually make any proclamations on that. But I have to admit that just immediately right out of the box, it looks so incredible, and then the way they have all the extras that come together like that. I don't know. That's at the very least getting moved up into the forefront of the discussion for sure. Um, Everything is interchangeable with enough something or carving. Oh, right. Yeah, right. I see what you mean. The walkie-talkie comes off. Didn't even notice that. Oh, yeah. This part right up here. Yeah, it's got the. So do you see how this part, the gun had. Oh, geez, I said it twice. You see how that has the strap? That right there, uh, is a very similar style button to what that is in the back. So yeah, absolutely awesome. Very, very cool. I uh I I can't say enough about it. And I truly did accidentally order that other five, and I'm happy that I did. I feel like I'm gonna try to make good use of it, and I am going to yeah, because I have these firefighters also. I think I was talking about that earlier. Boy and Dan Salsato. I have these firefighters that are going to go into like the background of the shot, and then ultimately the police force and Shockwave are going to realize that this isn't just a regular like downtown something. The dreadnoughts are behind this, and so that's when they get the Joes involved, where the Joes kind of show up and they're like we've got to help out with this because there's more than meets the eye here. No pun intended. There's Cobra is afoot, so we want to get there and help out. So yeah. I think we had another fantabulous time, as my kids would say. That's like their new favorite word. I can't thank you guys enough, especially the guys that hang for the whole. I mean, I appreciate everybody, but y'all diehards, really are awesome, and we are. It's only going to get better. I actually did something about getting my laptop fixed so I can do all these other things. And yeah, I have an appointment with the guy, my cousin, right? When he was actually going to come down today, and he was going to kind of mess with it. He was going to bring his stuff, and his plans had to change because this is revolving around. He's trying to kill multiple birds in one stone because he now lives almost 2 hours away. So he's going to come through, and I'm pretty sure once I can just get that to connect to the internet, I'm going to be able to um, get everything set up and then have it much better. Like right now, you're seeing me on a straight up and down screen, right? As opposed to if it was landscaped, it'd be a much wider picture. It'd be better, right? Because you're looking at me, I'm like in a phone booth. So it'll be different. I'll be able to switch out different, pictures and stuff. So when we're talking about something, I can be like, boop, here it is. And I know I'll be able to figure that out. So, I'm gonna let everybody go because you know me. I'll take. Next thing you know, I'll be talking about something else, and it will be going on. So, I just I can't thank everybody enough. Let me just scroll through the end and see if I missed anything. Six more figures to open. That's oh yeah, right. You had gotten quite that haul this week. Uh, Never what the fuck harder than when I pulled Desert Snake Eyes head off. Oh yeah, right. Hasbro knowing we do our own thing. Those pins are gold. Someone could print them. Haven't done it once. So I have to scroll back. I always read these comments in reverse. What? Yeah, well, everything is interchangeable with it with enough carving. Yes, you are correct. I change neck pins with heads when I can. Oh, huh. Yeah, I haven't gotten too brave with messing with anything yet. My boy Animus Levels turned me on to a set of sweaters for my quick pick. I really like that quick pick figure, but I need him to have sleeves, and he does not have sleeves. So I was hoping to get something down there, and then when I realized, I was like, oh, I have to pull. I thought I was just gonna be able to get. I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't obviously. I thought I was just gonna be able to get like the vest off and slide the shirt on, and it was gonna be easy breezy. But he's like, no, you got to get them arms off to get the vest off. And I was like, what? Yeah, just a little bit of heat for sure. And and again, I'll get brave, right? Um, that's it. Oh, Rock, thank you for coming through, brother. As always, and again, thank you for the absolutely wonderful gifts of the Range Viper. Dude, I really couldn't be happier. Like I immediately put him in that snake eye shot. Like I was like, oh my god, this figure is so dope. He's so awesome. He's gonna get his due with the troopers. I can't thank you enough. So thank you so much, brother. And again, thank all of you. Look forward to Civil Unrest Part 2 coming up. That's going to be a long series. I'm going to be doing that for like a while as I try to nail just one kind of small snippet at a time and make the shots look really really dope. And that's going to be like the next like two installments. But then I'm going to go big, where we've got the Atlas rolling through downtown and is about to deliver the justice onto the street. So I'm excited for that. Again, I'm trying to formulate some kind of a plan with something Patreon like that. If I could somehow supplement to spend more time on this, because I feel like I would never put more effort into anything I did. Like I just because I'm not interested. I've never been interested in anything like I am doing what I'm doing, talking on just on this podcast, playing with the figures. I want to build the whole sets. Like if somehow I found a way to make enough money, I would turn that contracting shop that everybody saw out there. I would be making the most ridiculous shit. I'd make it all modular so I could store it out there, put stuff together in different combinations. And I believe me, I've thought about this greatly. It's obviously though, I can't expect everybody I know to spend, X amount of dollars, keeping a dude afloat so I can do GI Joe stuff. But there is a world where I feel like I can make that work, and I will be able to deliver the coolest shit that you can get for just not just like an informative podcast where we talk about all this. We have the community that's never going to change, but also on top of it, better photos, more photos, different kinds of headcanon content. And I think that that's all super interesting. And ultimately, too, customizing and doing all kinds of how-to videos where like I wanted to make those little barriers and then sell them, and then I was like, no, I'd rather just make a video and show other people how they can make a bunch of them, right? And that's that. I figured that that's the kind of stuff that other people would like as well. So there's good stuff coming through. For like the eighth time, I just wanted to say it again. How much I greatly appreciate y'all. How much I appreciate everybody the care that they give to the community and making it such a great place. I can't thank you all enough. So oh God, I never even mentioned the holiday thing, but I'm just going to get to that in the timeline tomorrow. So yeah, if keep your eye out. I'm going to be posting some stuff tomorrow about the holiday drive, and just some other upcoming things. So I literally considered even jumping on and doing a whole separate segment, but I don't know if I'll have time because I have so much to do over there. So thank you again for tuning in. I appreciate another successful week. I'll see you all in those Twitter streets.